Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. What's up, everybody? Right now, we're about to do another gaming and tech live stream where I just sit here in front of the camera and pretty much talk about whatever's on my mind when it comes to gaming and technology. And I have some stuff pulled up so we can try to find some interesting stuff when it comes to gaming and technology. So let's go ahead and do this live stream. First off, let me go ahead and fix my display because it looks like my display is actually out right now, or not out, but I want to make sure I can read the chat room and alongside that be able to pull up these articles that I actually want to look at when it actually comes to the gaming and technology news. Let's go ahead and make this let me see here, sideways, this way. Okay, I got everything fixed. I don't know why there's some white space on my screen, but at least I can actually, at least the good news is I can actually see what the chat room is if anyone decides to pop in on me. But yeah, like I said before, this live stream is literally going to be me talking about tech, gaming, and pretty much whatever's on my mind when it comes to this kind of stuff. I have some stuff pulled up. And let's see if there's actually anything interesting. Now, the first thing that comes to mind is the PS5. I always like talking about next gen stuff because, like you guys know, gaming is literally my forte. Hopefully, you can hear my audio just fine as well. Let me see if I can actually hear my own audio on my stream. Let's see if there's. Okay, you can hear my audio. It's okay. My microphone's working. But anyway, what I was saying was, it's actually interesting what Sony's doing with the PS5. You guys know at CES 2020, Sony pretty much announced the PS5, but it was literally nothing. It's stuff that we already knew about the PS5, and now there's actually a new article right here that says Sony is going to skip E3 2020. That just honestly, it doesn't make sense to me. Oh, I'm having a problem in my stream. But anyway, it literally doesn't make sense to me why Sony would be skipping a E3 2020 because literally they weren't there last year at E3 2019. And you guys know this is like the biggest year for Sony since they have the PS5 coming out. Honestly, this just blows my mind. There's something wrong with the resolution, I think, of this video. Warning, please check the video resolution. The current Oh, it's just telling me it's not optimal. Huh. I don't really want to fix it. It's not bad. You can see black bars, but it is what it is. I guess I didn't set the resolution. I know how to set the resolution. But anyway, going back to Sony, that's just so bizarre they would want to skip E3 again. I know people keep talking about how E3 is dying here in America, but you still have people like Nintendo and Microsoft still wanting to show up to the show, and I don't see why you'd want to skip it. There's still people going to the show. It's not like there's zero people going to E3. Honestly, it just blows my mind how Sony doesn't want to go to E3 2019 or 2020, excuse me. I don't know why it is. All these companies making some really bizarre and weird choices when it comes to the actual gaming market. So how are they going to announce the PS5? I'm assuming they're going to announce it just randomly out of the blue since obviously they're not going to E3 2020. That's a shocker. Who would have thought they wouldn't have went 2 years in a row? I thought maybe last year they wouldn't have went to E3 2020 just because, well, they're like, we don't need to go to E3 2019 because, well, it's the end of the generation. We really don't have anything interesting to talk about. So let's not go to E3 2019 since we don't have anything to announce. But you would think this year for sure they would want to go to E3 2020 because, like I said, the next gen consoles are out here in the market. That just really does blow my mind why Sony would not want to show up, making all these questionable moves. But hey, I'm not going to tell them if it's the right move or the wrong move to make when it comes to E3. It's just very interesting. Sony still decides to not show up. Let's see if there's anything interesting here. Okay, it looks like on this website there's actually nothing interesting when it comes to the gaming and the tech news. We did hear news. I haven't really talked about this on my channel. I kind of talked about this a little bit in some live streams since I live stream a lot, and I actually wanted to talk about some of the phones that are coming out this year. Like for instance, we do have confirmation right now that Samsung is going to be making the S20, and the S20 seems like it's going to be a pretty amazing phone, like always. the nice thing is it finally looks like Samsung. It's actually funny, even though Samsung is ahead of the curve in a lot of different specs when it comes to their smartphones. For some reason, they've been off for like the last year since they never had those crazy displays with those high refresh rates, and it's pretty much confirmed without a doubt that Samsung is going to be having displays higher than 90 hertz when it comes to their smartphones. So that's actually going to be very interesting to see them actually have higher refresh rates than 60 hertz on a smartphone. And honestly, I've never used anything past 60 hertz when it comes to mobile technology, or even when it comes to like in-home technology like laptops or desktop computers, with crazy screen refresh rates from a lot of different monitors out there. I just honestly never really had to really bought one, because honestly I just really never had a reason to actually buy a high refresh screen for like gaming and things like that. That's typically what you buy a high refresh rate monitor for gaming in particular. And honestly, I don't really have a reason to go out and buy a high refresh monitor. It's not like I wouldn't use one. I would obviously use one, but the thing is though, they're mainly used more primarily for gaming, but gaming on like gaming computers and things like that. And I really don't play gaming stuff on my computer all that much. And I do know once you go past 60 frames per second, a lot of times those games are pretty demanding, unless you play a lot of esporty titles, of course, like your Counter Strikes, maybe your Overwatch, League of Legends, things like that don't take a lot of processing power. And those are games also I don't really naturally gravitate towards. They're not really, let's say, games that are really tailored towards me, so I don't really buy anything with high fresh refresh rates. The only thing that would get me to use a display higher than 60 hertz would definitely be in the mobile space. I can see myself getting the next like a laptop, or like maybe a smartphone, of course, that has it, because it seems like the top tier smartphones are always going towards that higher refresh rate. And it's actually very interesting to me that a lot of people say it's actually worth the extra money, or it's worth it to go out of your way to buy a high refresh rate monitor and things like that. And honestly, I can't say if it's worth it or not worth it, because honestly I've never ever used one, but I can see it. I guess it really just boils down to the person at hand. Is it like for instance depends on how sensitive your eyes are, I guess, because something like some of my friends or like my parents wouldn't even know what the difference is between a high refresh rate. Someone that's not like tech savvy, or someone that's not nerdy like me, may not even notice it, but then someone like me could actually end up noticing the difference from something like 60 hertz to 90 hertz to 120 hertz. That actually reminds me, I think Asus or someone out there at CES 2020 actually revealed a high refresh rate, like 320, something super crazy like that. I guess after a while, the diminishing returns on high refresh rates are kind of impractical, I guess, just due to the fact that if you think about it, high refresh rates, I guess to your human eye, stop mattering. But the thing is, I guess apparently they still somewhat kind of matter if you think about it, just due to the fact that if you think about it, apparently the motion is the problem, and when you move around too fast, apparently stuff can get kind of grainy. Not grainy enough to where you would notice it, but apparently it's grainy enough to where if you compared like a 120 hertz monitor to something like a 60, or something to like a 120 or 320 hertz monitor, then I guess it would really make a difference. So that's actually very interesting that they're claiming that a display like that is actually worth it. Now, apparently, from what I heard, I think I saw some reviews about that 320 hertz monitor that's for pretty much esports and things like that. I mean, it makes sense because there's not too many modern games that you can actually max out to get that high, crazy refresh rate. It's usually with lower end esporty titles that you can pretty much max out on a potato and get crazy high frame rate things. Apparently, that monitor is only supposed to be like a 1080p monitor or something like that. It's not actually supposed to be super crazy, and it's not supposed to be like 4K or 2K or anything like that. It's mainly focused around the somewhat okay resolution, just standard full def, and it's supposed to be more about the frame rate and the resolution, not the resolution, the hertz of the actual display. So that's something that is very interesting. I don't even know what else they actually announced at CES 2020, to be honest, because honestly, I'm not too sure what they actually announced, because I actually didn't check on too much items at CES 2020. I think they actually had a vehicle to show off, which was kind of interesting at CES 2020, but honestly, I pretty much know nothing about the vehicle that they showed off at CES 2020. Let's go ahead and look at some other stuff. Let's move on to, I think, a different website. I guess I already talked about the news. Going back to smartphones, it does look like it's already confirmed at this point that we are going to be having the Samsung Galaxy S20. They're not going to name it the S11, which a lot of people thought it would be the S11. Apparently, since we're in a new decade and this is the next year for the next decade, they want to go with the decade theme, and of course it's 2020, so of course Galaxy S20. That does make sense, but I kind of still wish they would have went with S11 instead of something like the S20. S20 is not a bad name, and it's not confusing. It's the next number. I guess it does make sense, but I'm pretty sure most people who probably were predicting the next smartphone like a year ago or like 6 months ago probably were predicting something like the S11, because honestly it just makes sense. They usually don't jump up by increments of 10. They only jump up by one number, which is kind of interesting. The one thing I'm actually very disappointed about when it comes to the S11, I'm actually super disappointed that the fact that the S11 doesn't even or the S20, excuse me. I don't know why I called it the S11, but the S20 is actually a phone that actually looks very similar to something like the Note 10. It looks more similar to the Note 10 line just because, well, it has that camera punch out in the middle of the screen, unlike the S10, whereas the S10 actually has it on like the right side in a little hole punch out. The one thing I'm actually disappointed about is just the fact that this looks so similar to last year's models. I kind of wish they would have went full screen, but I guess some technologies aren't ready yet when it comes to tech and things like that. So I get if they still want to use a design that's very reminiscent or very similar to what we have last year. It just means that a lot of people who already took an upgrade from something like older phones and they're on last year's models don't really have too much of an incentive to actually upgrade their phone. I mean, of course, you do get better specs. You do get obviously probably a better camera, maybe a better screen slightly, but overall there's really no incentive to actually upgrade your phone. And then you're asking, these companies are literally asking people, why aren't you upgrading your phones every year? Well, obviously I'm not going to upgrade my phone every year if there's only going to be very little incremental updates. But again, of course, you can't really think outside the box when it comes to technology. It's going to be very hard to actually think of new ideas, and you do have to realize they do got to keep manufacturing phones for as long as possible. So some years they want to innovate, and then some years they just want to not innovate at all. If you look at something like Apple, for instance, Apple, like most of their phones, like the all going back all the way right now to like the iPhone 10 through the iPhone 11, they look very similar, and I get that, but then it just doesn't really make a lot of people actually want to update their phones, so that's kind of unfortunate. The one thing I guess I'm okay with, which a lot of people complain about on some of these newer smartphones, is just the fact that the camera on the back of the phone is absolutely ugly. But honestly, I don't think the camera on these are a problem, because you don't actually look at the back of your device. So why would it actually be a problem that the hump is ugly? I get it. You might flip your phone around and like to look at a pretty design. I will agree they're not the prettiest. If I had an option, obviously, I wouldn't want like 5 or 6 cameras going all the way on the back of the device. It does make the device look ugly, but like again, I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me. But if I had a choice, yeah, I'd probably stay away from that design, but for me, I'm not one of those that really do complain. Maybe the one I complain a little bit more about compared to the camera humps on the back is just the fact that I do actually complain a lot about like notches and punch outs on the front, since nowadays almost all the smartphone manufacturers are trying to go with, of course, a notchless design and a full screen front for the actual display and things like that. I do want to point this out. The one thing I'm actually kind of that's kind of cool is the fact that I think OnePlus just implemented a very cool technology. I think at CES 2020, where they actually have a smartphone that actually has no camera module on the back. It's not like a camera module that you can actually look at, when you actually look at the back of the phone, it's actually like a clear back, which is kind of cool. And then when you want to use the cameras kind of pop out. I think that phone is not even sold to the public. It's like, I think the OnePlus McLaren version, and I think that's actually very cool and very awesome that they're actually doing something like that for it, I guess, for some people who may not want a big ugly module on the back. I also wonder why nowadays we need so many cameras on the back of our smartphones and our devices. I know it can be practical and there is uses for it, like you got a wide angle, you got a telephoto, you got all these different cameras, and I get it, but I feel like you don't need all those cameras. And in what situation are you going to use the 5 to 6 cameras? Honestly, sometimes it just doesn't boggle my mind. But I am glad at least they are trying to innovate and trying to push smartphone photography forward into the future and trying to, I don't really want to say like make certain technologies like obsolete, like a normal camera or anything like that. Of course, smartphones will probably never replace a traditional camera like a DSLR or something like that, because obviously you have a camera that's dedicated to taking photography or even taking videos. They have more room. That's the whole point of them. But the whole point of a smartphone is not to take pictures. The whole point of a smartphone is to make calls, browse the internet, and do a whole bunch of things. It's basically like a multimedia device. That actually does make sense. What's up? Welcome to the stream. I'm just talking about tech and technology. Feel free to chime in if you have anything interesting. What are you talking about? The Xbox 360? I actually love the Xbox 360. It's definitely in my top 3 favorite consoles of all times for sure. I love the Xbox 360 for sure. I've had so many memories with the 360. I do have to admit. The only downside, of course, to the 360 was the fact that the 360 had a lot of, let's say, overheating issues, the red ring of death, and I've gone through at least like 5 or 6 Xbox 360s. That's like literally one of the biggest problems with the Xbox 360, but that has to be also my favorite system, at least top 3 or top 2 of all time for me personally, because I had so many memories playing online. It's not necessarily the games. The games were flat out amazing on 360 for me, but I just love the fact that I had so many memories gaming with so many people. That was actually my first time actually playing online games with like my friends or just random strangers online. I love everything about the Xbox 360. I love the games, like for instance Gears of War. I just love Gears of War. I had so many memories with that game. That game was kind of mind-blowing back in the day. It had good art style, and also the fact that that game played flawlessly. I'm not really into third-person shooters. I don't like those kinds, but I can admit that was amazing. I also love Halo. I remember playing Halo 3 for the first time, and everybody at my school was mind-blown about Halo 3, I must admit. And then we got things like the Left 4 Dead series. I also remember playing this crazy racing game called Split Second on there, which was amazing. Overall, my experiences with the Xbox 360 were just flat out fantastic, and that'll always be one of my favorite consoles of all time when it comes to gaming, because I had so many memories on it, and I actually really did like the games. I like the interface on it and just things like that. But let's go ahead and go back to what I was talking about. But it's nice you chimed in, I guess. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm talking about the Galaxy S20, and I don't remember exactly what I was talking about when it comes to the Galaxy S20, because it literally looks like the S10 and the Note 10 line. I can't really comment too much on it. Even the operating system looks very similar. Everything about it. Obviously, the specs are going to be better on this phone and things like that. I think this is going to be the first flagship or the second flagship from Samsung, at least the S line. It's going to be the first time that it doesn't have a headphone jack, I'm pretty sure. So that's actually going to be very interesting news to see that the Galaxy S20s aren't going to actually have any headphone jack for the first time. It's not that big a deal anymore. We just get used to it, and it does kind of suck and things like that. That means you're going to have to use wireless headphones or buy like USB Type-C headphones. I wonder if they're actually going to include USB Type-C headphones in the package. I think Apple with their iPhones actually include, I think, Lightning earbuds or earpods, not AirPods, the wireless one, but the earpods, the ones that were made in, I think, with the iPhone 6 and 6S. So that's actually very interesting. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see that phone. And I'm not really too excited for that phone because there's not too much to talk about. It's going to be a flawless phone because how many times does Samsung come out and not make flawless phones? So that's going to be very interesting. We already talked about how Sony is going to be skipping E3 2020. Very interesting. Climate change could lead to more injury. Oops. We have a pretty interesting news story here regarding climate change and things like that. I actually heard from a couple of different like articles and sources, and some scientists are claiming by the year 2050 that we're actually not going to be around because global warming is getting out of hand. And I will say that I am kind of scared for the future because we really don't know what's going to go on regarding climate change, global warming, and things like that. And of course, each year it's already proven that global warming is destroying our planet pretty much, and it does suck. And I am trying to do stuff for the planet. I'm not really one of those people that go out all the time and really care about the planet, but I do try to do my part. I try to do less stuff like use less fossil fuels, use less electricity, don't waste food. I know wasting food's bad for the environment as well, and things like that. What's up? Welcome to the stream. I'm just talking about technology. I'm just talking about gaming. I'm just talking about whatever articles I do find on the internet. What's up, Seth Jackman? If you have anything that you want to throw out, I'm literally down to talk about anything that's anything interesting in the news or gaming and things like that. Yeah, man, definitely. They won't stop talking about it. Our college, it's freaking freaky when you look at facts about global warming. Yes, it is actually very interesting about the whole global warming, and I'm actually very terrified about it because I was just talking about this earlier. But apparently, by the year, I wish I had the articles on the stream while you were watching it, but unfortunately, I can't get that set up at the moment. But yes, apparently from scientists, they say by the year 2050 that no one's going to be around because global warming is going to be so bad. And it does suck that global warming could literally take us out. And that's probably going to be why humans could go extinct. I know a long time ago it was always like, well, like there's like instances where I'm trying to think here, where there's instances like the ice age, or like an asteroid could take us out. That's actually funny. Speaking of asteroids, you may remember back in October, I think, or November of last year, an asteroid came super close to Earth. It's always funny how many asteroids actually come close to Earth, but they actually never really do anything when they come to Earth, which is actually pretty crazy. I just got from my wild weekend, but that is my most exciting news, unfortunately. Oh, you got done from like a wild weekend? Was it like a party or anything interesting? Probably just a party, right? But I know parties can be very crazy and very interesting. Also, just to note as well, I do actually pre-recorded YouTube videos as well. I don't know if you're subscribed to me, but I usually just talk about the tech and gaming news, and then I also stream games. But I'm trying to do multiple streams a day since I'm really passionate about gaming and technology, and I just want to hang out and talk about stuff that's on my mind to really vent and really get what's on my mind out there in the world. Even if like nobody literally wants to watch me, I'm okay with that. It just helps me out by talking and stuff because I have a lot of mental health problems as well, and this is the best way to vent. Sometimes it's nice talking on camera and things like that. And I know for a lot of people, this is like the best way to reach out to people and just have a good time and talk. Oh God, an asteroid played a role in my weekend. Why did you have to say that? Oh my God, that's funny. That's funny. Oh yeah, you probably had like a crazy ass day or something. Let me see if there's anything else interesting in the news. But yeah, that's the big news story right here. Climate change could lead to more injuries and death. I'm not really. Well, I guess I can read it since we're still on that topic and see if there's anything interesting. Injuries like drownings, falls, and so it's saying that you're more likely to drown, fall, and stuff because I guess the climate's going to screw with your like metabolism and things like that, which is actually very interesting and very crazy. Let's see if there's anything else. But yeah, I know global warming is just a really big deal right now, and there's a lot of people who are protesting for the government to care because a lot of countries' governments literally do not care about global warming, and I know that is a very big thing that we do have to keep alert on. And it's actually sad too that there's so many people out there that just deny the fact that global warming is not real, just like the Earth being round. It's already confirmed that global warming is real. You cannot deny that. I don't care who you are. It's already proven, just like the Earth is round. Let me read your comments here. Ah, damn, that's actually a very crazy story. When did this happen? Because that does sound pretty crazy, actually. It looks like Apple is going to be making a brand new laptop, which is going to be very interesting. There's also those rumors floating around right now that apparently Apple is going to be making some type of gaming laptop. Could that actually be the gaming laptop or like the gaming Mac, iMac or something like that? Because that's apparently what they're going to be doing. And that's actually some very interesting news. And Apple is a company that, if you think about it, Apple has like trillions of dollars. And if anybody's going to be making their own gaming laptop, I can see Apple making a gaming laptop. They have the resources and the funds to do so, and it would be something different from Apple. I mean, it's not technically too different because you look at Apple as a company, and Apple does make computers, so it wouldn't be too weird, but it would be interesting since they never made a gaming laptop over the weekend, but we had a bunch of food and everything was fine. It was a fun vacation for a bit. Oh, yeah, yeah, that would actually be pretty scary. I didn't know that just recently happened to you. I'm sorry to hear that, but yeah, that's pretty crazy. Hey, at least I know it kind of sucks, but at least it was kind of interesting because, you know, a lot of people have like lives that aren't interesting or nothing really too crazy happens. And sometimes in your life, you're going to get those really crazy situations. I think everybody every once in a while has those like crazy situations. I haven't had one in no, I had one a couple weeks ago actually, which was pretty crazy to me actually. A girl basically came up to me and was like, "You want to buy me booze?" And then she asked me, "Why am I cheating on her friend?" Which apparently I looked like her friend, which was crazy because I don't really get too many people that say I look like other people. And then she was like, "Well, if you're gonna cheat on my friend, you might as well cheat on her with me, and you might well take my number." I think she was like uh, like drunk or confused or something. She really thought I was her friend's boyfriend, which is actually very crazy. This all happened at like a random spot, like when I was out, just like at a store. It was just very interesting. So you really never know who you actually ever stumble upon. But the bunker was built for asteroids. It wasn't until my classmate happened to be outside. He heard my bud, and I just wondering. If you don't want to answer, that's fine. I totally understand. But how old are you? Are you in high school? Are you in middle school? But that's actually very interesting. Well, yeah, you definitely had a very crazy weekend. But yeah, going back to it, it does look like they're up to something with a new type of computer. I know last year Apple did release the MacBook 16-inch now replaces the 15-inch, so you can't even buy that. I don't like that when companies replace their models because some people don't want different size screens. 16 may not be too much of a difference compared to 15, but literally just the fact that you can't buy the 15 anymore more kind of sucks because overall it could slightly matter, especially if you're traveling or something, but it is what it is, I guess. Let me read some more. There was enough food for all three of us, lol. Two bodybuilders and his mom. There were enough food for a family of four or two. 24 college west. Oh, okay, okay, yeah. So you're a young adult. That's interesting. Yeah. I don't know how I'd feel to be. I don't really know how I would feel to be something to be in that like situation or something like that. And also, I do plan on doing more streams like this in the future. By the way, I also want to throw up some background music in the back, but I really can't figure out how to do that at the moment. On my PC, it's a little bit more easier, but I'm on a different device to do these like these hanging out, chill kind of streams. Again, thanks again for coming out to the streams. You're making my night a little bit more entertaining or a little bit interesting. I don't know if you're coming here for the technology news or you just want to hang out and talk to somebody, but either way, thanks for coming out to the stream. It really does mean a lot to me. Let me see here. Promise you won't judge this next comment. His mom is stupid hot. We didn't mind too much. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's gotta be uncomfortable, though. I have to be honest with you. That has to be uncomfortable. Because I hate being around people that are so hot that I can't concentrate. It does suck. It really does suck. It screws up everything. On one hand, it's cool that you're by somebody that's super, like, pretty or super, like, hot or, like, sexy or something, but just the fact that they're there could be kind of uncomfortable, especially if you're locked in a room with them and you're like a person that's maybe shy or maybe doesn't want to talk to them or you get really all these different feelings towards them. Yeah, it does definitely have to suck. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. I guess we read enough about the Apple laptop. Since you're here, I'm probably going to be going at least an hour and 30 minutes, because I'm actually really having fun talking on the camera. I also, I guess, before I move on to the next topic, keep going on talking if you want to. I'll keep reading your messages. But what I was going to say was, talking about gaming, I don't know what I actually want to stream, because I have a lot of stuff actually right now I can stream. Usually when it comes to gaming, I like streaming a lot of console. No, I like streaming a lot of shooting games, not primarily console. I'm not picky. I go back. I go back and forth between something like my gaming PC and my console. So basically, what I have now is I have a PC, a gaming PC, a Switch, and a PS4. I don't own an Xbox One, because for me, I just don't find a use for Xbox One when now Games Pass is on PC, and then top of that, a lot of their first-party IPs are on the PC now, like Gears of War and some other stuff. You can get it on Games Pass on PC, so what's the point of that? So I have a PC, PS4, and a Switch. Okay, let me read your comments. We aren't friends with him. We were just there the night of his being murdered, and his mom gave us a tour of her bunker. Then we got stuck. She thought me, but we're the hot ones. That is so odd. That's so interesting. It's a story where like you thought she was hot, but then turns out she actually thought you were hot. What a coincidence. I would be blushing inside. That's nutty. Did she come out and tell you directly? If she came out and told you directly, that would actually be very interesting. Why do I feel like this is a fake story? I've never met anyone's like parents in my real life that like video games. Speaking of Skyrim, that actually reminds me. I want to stream Skyrim VR. I was thinking about that before you even made that comment. I was thinking about that all today. I wanted to stream Skyrim, VR Skyrim, since I just got a PSVR. I actually want to try that for my next stream. But literally, if I turn the camera around, well, I can't turn the camera around because it's hooked up weird. But I was gonna say was my desk for my streaming for my all my stuff is literally, I kid you not, it's so full right now, it's ridiculous. I don't even know where I'm gonna put the separate box for the PSVR. It's a nightmare. You should see my my gaming desk. It's messy. It has like three monitors, two game consoles, another one on the floor, a gaming PC, three controllers, two mouses, a keyboard, and some other stuff. It's wild. It's very wild. She told us directly, but we had to talk to her before. I just had to share. This was my weekend. I just got home. LOL. Just needed a bud. Yeah. I understand. Some people need people, and it's hard to find people to like talk to, or maybe no one's around at the time. Either your friends are like sleeping, or like they don't want to talk, or maybe you just want to look for somebody. That's why I freaking love the internet, just to talk to random strangers. That's why I love having a the internet, and love particularly streams. I think right now as we speak, I'm actually way more into streams than something like pre-recorded content like YouTube videos. I definitely don't watch a lot of movies and TV shows because I like the interaction with streams and stuff. Streaming, honestly, in like the last decade, where streaming really become popular, prior to like the 2 decades ago, in the early 2000s to late 2000s, streaming really wasn't a thing, and it kind of started with Justin TV back in 2009 and 2010. Even so, it wasn't really relevant. What I actually can say about streaming in particular, it really has changed my life for the better. There's so many people I've had connections with. There's so many people I've endured. I found interesting. I made a lot of friends with streaming, and I'm longtime friends with a lot of people with streaming. I talk to a lot of people on Discord and things like that. I just love streaming, and streaming literally has changed my life. It is one of the coolest inventions someone could have made. Whether it's gaming streams, or just people talking on cameras, just getting to talk to people one-on-one, or just getting to talk to other people while they're hanging out and things, just literally the coolest thing. I know some people aren't into streaming, but for me, it's just a way to vent about stuff, or talk about what I'm passionate about, and you can see me in real time, and we can have that one-on-one conversation and things like that. Let me see what else you said. Thought we would be down there for 3 weeks. Oh yeah, thought you'd be down there for 4 weeks, for like a couple weeks. Yeah, that'd be crazy if you were stuck in a bunker like that for a couple weeks. Wow, that would be, especially if it's like claustrophobic or something. I'm not really a claustrophobic person that like has a problem with small spaces, but just like the fact that being down there in the same room for a long ass time would actually be scary. I actually know where one of the biggest bunkers here in America is. Speaking of bunkers, I don't know if you're here in America, but I've seen a video on the internet. But one of the biggest bunkers here in America for like maybe like missile strike or just like a natural disaster would be somewhere in Kansas. Actually, I saw a video of it, and that thing is crazy. They have a tour on the internet. You can go to like YouTube and type in like bunker Kansas bunker. Look up Kansas bunker on YouTube, and there's already some channels that took actually a walkthrough. I know that one channel that's popular, What's Inside, with that dude and that kid who opens up stuff. I don't actually watch them that much. I think they're very interesting, but they went to the bunker in Kansas and did an actual tour. And then I think another news channel went down there. But yeah, that thing is crazy. You know, if you go down there, it's going to cost you millions of dollars or something. I don't even know how you would get in there. Very crazy. I am planning on doing the same as you are describing. Yeah, it's a little bit delayed. I didn't know if you know this on streams. It's not just my stream. It's every single stream, no matter how good your connection is. When you type, I get a delay and stuff, so it's not going to be instant. So what were you talking about? About doing the same? We got to get wrestling practice machine down there. It is the size of a small house. She's rich. Got to work out movies and music too. She let us blast our hard rock, laugh my off. Oh yeah, that would be freaking awesome. I actually like hard rock music. I'm not really into like for instance metal music and things like that. I guess the hardest stuff, I guess if you can even consider it hard rock. Well, I guess it is hard rock. I like well, I don't really know. I know a lot of groups actually, but the things that come to mind for me that are like standouts are definitely like AC/DC, which is obviously a group that's already way too popular and overplayed. And then you got Metallica, of course. I want to say Megadeth, but I don't think I like Megadeth. Tool, maybe? Maybe I listened to Tool before, if you know what Tool is. I guess that's more like metal. Hard rock and metal might be the same. I'm not too sure of genres, but I'm a big music fan. But I don't think I'm a big metal person. Metal does sound different than hard rock or like normal rock. I think one of my favorite groups still has to be when it comes to rock in general, like not classic rock, but like hard rock and stuff, is definitely the Foo Fighters. I'm still a big Foo Fighters fan. I love Dave Grohl, I think his name is. I know their stuff's overplayed too because it's like popular, it's like mainstream. You heard all their songs like Everlong and all that junk. We turned okay. Let me read this. We turned into 3 days of practice. No one else on the show laughed me off. Watching, I mean. Am I only one? Tool is awesome. Yeah, you're the only one, unfortunate. I do have a regular viewer, to be honest. No, I have 2 more viewers that do stop by. One stop by every once in a while, and then I have this other regular viewer. But the thing is, though, he only stops by when I stream video games. I actually stream during the day because I'm usually busy at nighttime doing my regular life stuff. I stream from about, I want to say 12 p.m. Eastern time because I'm in the Eastern time zone. And then I go until about 4 or 5. And then this is the first stream I actually did off my normal gaming stuff because I do want to do more just chatting streams. I'm really passionate about just chatting. But I know a lot of people aren't a fan of just chatting. That's why I play games. I know a couple people who would watch me, but they don't like just chatting. They think it's tacky and boring. But I get that. It's not for everybody. But like I said, you can talk literally about anything as long as it's not sexual or as long as it's not like pornography or it's not like politics. I'm not really want to talk about politics because I know that's a heated discussion about politics and other things. You got to remember, I am live on YouTube and I run a YouTube channel, so we got to keep it somewhat clean. All my life I've been searching for something or someone. Something, I think. Done, and I'm on to the next one. Love for Man. Oh yeah, you like Tool? Yeah, Tool's pretty good actually. I know a lot of people who like Tool. I think they just released an album last year, I do believe. I don't keep up on that group all that much. And I know they're very hard. I'm pretty sure I listened to them, and they're pretty good actually. Speaking of that, yeah, I forgot I think I like Tool actually. They're pretty good. Okay, but yeah, like I said, I only talk about tech and gaming because I'm very passionate about tech and gaming. And then outside of tech and gaming, I don't talk about anything else because that's literally all I know. But I'm down to talk about anything. It's good for people to start the conversation. Then I can literally talk about anything. I've always wanted to make a YouTube channel. I'm going to have to take breathers. it's good for me practicing my talking. But I've always wanted to make a YouTube channel talking about mental health because I have mental health issues which suck. Like, depression or like just other mental health issues. I would love to make a channel, but here's the thing with making a new YouTube channel. Thanks again for coming out to the stream. I honestly really appreciate it. That's why I stream literally to nobody also, because you never know who's going to walk in. It only takes one time for somebody to walk in, and you meet a lot of new friends and a lot of new people who generally do enjoy you. I don't know why nobody enjoys my company. It's not like I'm a bad person or anything, or like I'm not interesting. I talk as much as everybody else on the internet. I honestly don't know why. And it sucks too for the longest time. It's kind of depressing to be honest, but I've had this YouTube channel literally since YouTube opened, practically since 2008. I'm one of the earliest adopters for YouTube, and still nobody really watches me, but I still want to get my voice out there, and it's still a nice platform, and I respect these platforms on the internet where your voice can be heard about whatever topic you want practically. Let me see here. Nah, man, but the towel boy was pissed when he saw the security camera and saw all that went down in the bunker while he was locked out. Haha. Sorry, I thought bunker would be semi-relevant to games since you always see them there playing Fallout now, bro. Oh, you're playing Fallout? Here's the thing, though. It's ironic that Fallout would speak to me, but I don't like Fallout because I like looter shooters, and that game would definitely speak to me. But for some reason, I do not like Fallout. But I respect Fallout. I heard that the best Fallout game is Fallout New Vegas without a doubt. Of course, we all know that fiasco with Fallout 76, and then on top of the Fallout 76 fiasco, we also have Fallout New Vegas. I know Fallout New Vegas was really good. A lot of people actually said Fallout 4 wasn't the best one in the series. The story was kind of lackluster and things like that. Honestly, I cannot comment about that. Actually, that is kind of funny you're talking about Fallout because didn't the developers behind Fallout New Vegas, yes. Fallout New Vegas actually make the new Outer Worlds game, which is pretty much kind of like a Fallout game in a sense. But yeah, one of my favorite series of recent that's kind of like Fallout but not really like Fallout is Borderlands. I'm a big Borderlands fan because it speaks to me in so many different ways. I already made a video recently talking about Borderlands. I keep streaming Borderlands, but yeah. Speaking on the topic, before I talk about what you're talking about, I wanted to talk about, I'll get to your message right after this really quickly, because I don't want to forget what's on my mind. But I wanted to go back to streams really quickly, talking about streams. Every time I'm on a stream, I usually like to try to talk to the streamer because I know it can be kind of lonely in streams and things like that. I don't really want to like lurk and things like that because I know how many people that are out there on the internet, like me for instance, stream to literally nobody, and it can be kind of boring and things like that when you're streaming hours and hours or days or weeks trying to get people to come in and things like that, but nobody literally wants to watch you, and it's really, I'm not going to say you get sad about it. It doesn't really hurt your feelings, but it just can be really tiring, and you really do start to notice the effects, and it makes you not want to stream, to be honest, when there's literally nobody there to keep you company, even if it's just about monotonous everyday tasks like what you're doing in your life or just having a pretty like average conversation with somebody. Now let me go ahead and go back to what you were saying. Skyrim after that, then Minecraft. Sorry, hope that wasn't... No. You know what? Come on. Skyrim and Minecraft, yeah. I'm not really a big fan of Skyrim, but I like Skyrim. I still think I like Skyrim more than like cowboy games like Red Dead Redemption. I'm not big into Red Dead Redemption. And then I also, that time period I don't like either, but I do respect Skyrim. Skyrim, when it came out, was definitely kind of a mind-blowing game if you think about it, because Skyrim came out at a time where I don't think there was another big, massive open-world game that was set in like the medieval time period, and it was made by Bethesda. I keep wanting to say their name's Bethany Studio, but that doesn't sound right. Bethesda, I think. But yeah, that game's still an amazing game for what it is. I did recently play Skyrim too. To be fair, I never played Skyrim when it came out. It's actually funny because my sister, here's the thing, my sister played Skyrim when it came out, when it was relevant. She actually got it on day one, and she paid the full $60 on console, on 360. And then I didn't play Skyrim until after I played Breath of the Wild, because to me, even though people say don't compare the two games, they're so similar. If you strip down if you strip down like the cartoony graphics of something like Breath of the Wild, it really does look like Skyrim if you think about it. And it plays a lot like Skyrim. They're both open world games. You go on quests, you go to different cities. Yes, I will admit that there's not a lot to do in Breath of the Wild compared to Skyrim, and there's a lot of different mechanics, but they're still open world, like medieval-esque open world games. So it is kind of a fair comparison. I'm not really a fan of people saying don't compare the two. That what else could you compare? And it's fair to compare because they're both open world games. And if you played Breath of the Wild, you might like Skyrim, and if you played Skyrim, you might like Breath of the Wild. But yeah, after realizing Breath, let me take a breather here. But yes, after playing Breath of the Wild, I really realized Breath of the Wild is definitely a game that really speaks to me. And after that, I really wanted to play something that was so similar to Breath of the Wild. You would think I'd be burnt out of Breath of the Wild, like formula, like an open world, like Sword and Shield type game with all those different things. But no, I wanted more, so I ended up playing Skyrim. I think I played Skyrim back in 2017 or 20. Yeah, no. Definitely 2017, because I got it on day one, Breath of the Wild, and then I wanted to play Skyrim. I actually had 2 copies of Skyrim. So first I got it on the PS4, and then after the PS4 version, I actually got it on Switch. But now I own no Skyrim versions except for the PSVR version, because I told you that. And I wouldn't mind playing the PSVR version because it's such a different experience than what you get on a traditional Skyrim. I know people played Skyrim so many times, but I wouldn't mind streaming that. The nice thing about Skyrim is the fact that Skyrim VR, you can actually read the chat while you're playing the game in the headset, which is absolutely fantastic. Now let me read your comments. I'm just really trying to make sure I don't forget what I'm talking about. And yeah, I'm just drinking good old H2O, nothing too crazy. Just trying to stay hydrated because streaming can be a little bit dehydrating. My buds from my team are my roommates, and we play Skyrim a lot. Yeah, Skyrim is still a very good game. Wait, isn't Skyrim not a multiplayer co-op game? Isn't Skyrim a I'm gonna check my battery. Okay, my battery's good on my device. And also, this is a much more, just thinking about stuff too really quickly, this is a much more comfortable spot for me to stream like IRL or just chatting compared to using my actual PC. My PC's in the background, but I want to use it from here. I also like the fact that it makes my streams just much more cleaner. I've always been a fan of like a white wall that doesn't show my room, like clutter and stuff, but I get why people want to show their room because they might have memorabilia and stuff, and it really does show what they're into as a person with like gaming stuff or just whatever they're into. My buds from my team are my room. Oh, yeah, I already read that. That's always going to the point. We forget to shower. Oh, yeah, that's how you know you have a gaming addiction, to be honest. I do admit, yeah, that's when you probably need to call it quits. I don't have a problem with games. I know when to put the games down. Usually I only play like 2 or 3 hours at a time, but if I'm streaming, then that's when I play long because it's for streaming purposes, and you have to stream long when you're trying to get people to come in your stream, and it's very common. Most people stream 5 to 6 hours at a time. If you're doing it like full time, or if you're doing it like serious, then you probably go like 9 hours. Or if you have like a lot of people that are watching you and you're having a fun conversation, then yeah, you go about 9 hours at a time. Let me see what else you're saying. Yeah, we had to get 2 TVs to the point we forgot to bathe. Yeah, that's how you know your gaming addiction is bad. I'm trying to remember the last game I actually played, which was a game that gave me a very bad addiction. Cause I still have addictions once in a while when like a game I really want really speaks to me. I guess the last game definitely would have been Borderlands 3. I stayed up practically all night to play that game since it came out on a Friday. It's always interesting games either come out. No, I think it came out on a Thursday. No, Friday. It came out on a Friday. But I was gonna say was it's always interesting that games come out on a Tuesday or a Friday. I think there's some logic behind why games come out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But thanks again for coming out to the stream. I really do appreciate it. It really does help a lot. And thank you guys for leaving a like. And I will plan to do these streams much more often, where I sit in front of the camera and just sit here and talk to you guys. And I'm literally down to talk literally about anything. It doesn't specifically have to be about gaming or technology. If you want to ask me questions about technology, I'm pretty knowledgeable in that area, to be honest. I don't know everything, but I know a lot when it comes to gaming, technology, just different stuff. If you are down for that, but I'm okay. Like I said, if you go off the beaten path, if you want to. We play the 1-2, bro. What is this? Oh, wait, I didn't read this part. My bud was locked in the bunker, walked up to me on the couch. I was shirtless, and I happened to lift my arms to lay back, and he said in a serious tone, "Dude, it's time to wash your pits." Wow, yeah. Yeah, I understand. Like I said, you probably didn't take a shower for a while, but it's also funny too. Your friends talk about monotonous things. Actually, I'm okay when people like want to talk about monotonous things, like just really like simple things. It reminds me, my dad's like that. He talks about the most monotonous things, like, oh, I'm gonna go take a shower, or like go eat or stuff. I guess it just keeps you sane and stuff. And sometimes you need to talk and things, so it makes sense. But yeah, yeah, I've had game sessions where I literally just sit there and don't take showers. But here's the thing: most of the time when a new game comes out, for some reason, I always want to like be fresh when I play it. So I usually always I have like these really like weird things I do because I'm sure people always have weird things they do, and I'm one of those people who have to take a shower before I play a brand new video game. I just feel dirty before playing it. I know that's so weird to say that, but I literally have no choice, and it just makes me always take a shower. So most of the time, like when a new game at least comes out, I'm always taking a shower. What time is it too, by the way? Okay, it's actually getting very late for me, but that's okay. That's okay. Because usually I don't have to do anything in the morning, so I'm able to stream very late. Like I said, I do all my stuff at nighttime, like around 5 or 6, and I have to do all my stuff until like maybe 9 at night. So I have a while. And are you a fan of GTA? Well, here's the thing with GTA. I have mixed feelings on GTA. I'm actually one of the oldest people to play GTA because I started with GTA 3, and I'm actually really mad I played GTA 3 because here's the thing: when I played GTA 3, it wasn't even relevant anymore. They were already up to San Andreas, and I played San Andreas at my friend's house. And here's the thing with San Andreas: San Andreas is absolutely an amazing game, and it bothered me that I was playing GTA 3 when San Andreas was out. I think the fact that it was cheaper too, and my parents were like, "Well, we don't care what games you play." They're one of those parents that never cared, like if I watched R-rated movies or things. Obviously, like sexual content, yes, but more so like violence, they did not care. And they were like, I know it's weird too because GTA has a lot of sexual themes, but I guess they didn't know that. They just thought it was like violent because they always seen kids playing and they're always like shooting people and shooting stuff. But it pissed me off that I was playing GTA 3 because I know San Andreas was just a much more polished game in a lot of different ways, and I love the fact that cheat codes were better. And I always knew that too because my friends would use all the cheat codes. That's why when it comes to GTA specifically, I definitely love San Andreas as my favorite GTA of all time. I'm pretty sure just because the cheat codes are just insane. But when it comes to overall best one, it may still be. I want to say for me maybe GTA 5. I really do like uh, what is it, Vice City. But I think I like San Andreas more than Vice City, not just for the cheat codes. I actually like the world overall better than Vice City. I don't think I grew up in like the 70s or the 80s, whatever time period that came out, and it doesn't really speak to me like some other people would speak to. And I really like CJ from San Andreas. So yeah, but I really do also like GTA 5. But for me, as a person, if I'm not playing with other people, I don't really like GTA because it's kind of monotonous and boring, just going around like beating up people on the street or doing missions or just driving a car around. It doesn't speak to me that much. I really need people to play with, so I wouldn't play it otherwise. But I own GTA 5, and I used to be in a crew called the Two True Crew. That crew is not around anymore. It's actually funny. The crew that I'm in, a guy on YouTube actually shouted me out on YouTube, which was pretty amazing. Yeah, he saw me and he shouted me out. It was pretty amazing. But yeah, I've had memories of that game. But yeah, it's actually on the store right now on PSN. It's very cheap. It's like on the holiday sale. They're still doing it until like January 16th, which is actually very interesting. Let me read all your comments and catch up. I'm actually glad my chat's not that big, so I have a lot of time to talk to all you guys. I can do like one-on-one conversations. I never really wanted a big stream anyway. Maybe that most like 10 or 11 or 12 people so we can have one-on-one deep conversations like this. Because in big streams, you can't really have that one-on-one interaction because there's so many people and so much stuff going on. Let me see. Yeah, since we are working out and sweating at the same time, laughing out, we take turns with the remote. There wasn't a shower in the bunker. She bathed in a sink in private. We just went without. She didn't mind, nor did we laugh my out. Sorry, that's an old comment about it. The shower joke. No, it's okay. Like I said, that's what streaming is all about. Talking about literally whatever you want, unless the streamer doesn't like it. But I'm down to talk about anything as long as it's not bad, because I am live on the internet and I have to follow YouTube's guidelines, of course. That reminds me of Copa that's currently going on YouTube. People keep freaking out about Copa on YouTube if you're a content creator, but there's literally nothing to worry about. Let me see here. Sorry, that's the cheat codes are awesome. Were you ever a fan of Sims? Oh yeah, Sims. Yes, I like Sims. I like Sims a lot actually. But right now I'm in a state where I don't really know what to do with open-ended games. They don't really have a true cut goal or mission. I have stuff like Stardew Valley, which is an awesome game, but the thing with Stardew Valley is just the fact that Stardew Valley is a game that you can pretty much do whatever you want, and sometimes I don't know what to do. Same thing with The Sims, same thing with Minecraft. All those games, they're not really similar, but they're games that are open-ended. Grand Theft Auto is kind of open-ended, but it's just also the fact that at least you have mainline missions you can go do if you want to, or if you play online, you can play in lobbies that do different like mini games online with other people. But yeah, I do like The Sims. I played all The Sims pretty much. Maybe I didn't play 4 actually, but I heard 4 is more like 3, and they removed some stuff that 3 actually had. But I played very early Sims. I never played it on the platform it was supposed to be on, the PC. It was always a PC game. But it's actually funny. I played it when not EA owned it. The other company, Maxis or Moxis. You probably know what I'm talking about if you're an old, long-time gamer. But yeah, I played it when that company actually owned the license to that game, and then they went bankrupt or something, and then EA took over. But I played the Sims. What is before The Sims 2? I played The Sims Bustin' Out on PS2, which is, I still think to this day, in my opinion, is one of my favorite ones. I've had so many memories. I like the idea of that game, but the only problem with Sims Bustin' Out, I think it's a console-only game on GameCube, PS2, and Xbox, is just the fact that you do have to use a cursor to move your characters around. You have like a little mouse you have to drag around, whereas you guys know with the newer ones, you don't have a cursor. And then I played The Sims 2, and then I actually played The Sims 3, and funny enough with The Sims, I'm actually one of the hardcore fans, because I actually played all the handheld games too. I played The Sims Bustin' Out Game Boy Advance game. I played The Sims, The Sims 2 on the PSP. I also played the Sims Urbs. I played The Sims Urb on the GameCube and on the DS. I loved a lot of the handheld ones. Just note the handheld ones are super different than the mainline Sims games, because the problem is with the mainline Sims games on the consoles and PC is the fact that your primary goal is to have an open-ended life, whereas on the actual dedicated handheld ones, the ones that are made for like the Game Boy and like the Sony handhelds, is the fact that you can't build a house, you can't have your own life. You're supposed to go through a story that they already have made for you, which I think I actually like that a little bit. But then the real thing is, I think I like the fact that on the console one, it's just like an open sandbox. You get to decide your life, but there you're trying to like do an actual story that they have already pre-programmed. Let me see what else you're talking about. I'm really having fun talking to you, for real. It's really fun. Let me see what else you're talking about. I will on my workout channel if you want, man. Shout out, I mean. Oh yeah, that's awesome. I'll check you out. I am into fitness. I have to be honest though, I need to gain weight. I'm trying to gain weight at the current moment. I used to be very, very chunky. I do like talking about fitness stuff too. I'm not too knowledgeable about fitness, but I do like fitness, if that makes sense. I just couldn't make a channel around fitness because I'm not too smart about that. But I used to be very fat. If you go back to some of my older videos, type in my channel name, and then, or go to my channel and look up like food reviews, because I used to do food reviews of like fast food, and I was chunky. I was like 270, and that was all fat. That was not muscle. It was all fat. I was very fat. And then I went down to pretty much 280 here in America. I know some people go by kilos, but I don't know the kilo equivalent. And then I went down to 150 pounds. I'm sitting right now at about 140. I fluctuate from 140 to about maybe 150 depending on the day and depending on it varies, but it never usually goes past 150 in my current eating situation. I really didn't lose weight. I lost weight for a couple of different reasons because I was very self-conscious when I was very fat. I didn't like being fat, to be honest. Because you get a lot of stigmas when you're fat. A lot of people a lot of people treat you badly, and a lot of people don't respect you when you're fat. So I had to lose weight, and I'm glad I lost weight. But my story wasn't like an inspiring story about me losing weight. It wasn't like I was gonna die or I had like this life clicking moment. It was pretty generic. But I am very super lucky that I lost weight, and I'm very glad I did. I would honestly never go back to the way I was. Not because you just look bad, just because it wasn't actually comfortable to live like that. I don't understand how people can live fat because you run out of breath easily and it's hard to like move around. You don't actually realize the effects the fatness is actually taking upon your body until you lose the weight. Then you realize, oh, I wish I was never that fat in the first place. But yeah. And also one of my goals in life actually is to actually make people happy and to actually reach out to people because I understand so many people have so much stuff going on that's not actually good. I've always wanted to be that like support line for people, but I'm not the best at that stuff, which actually sucks. But yeah, I do want to help people and I want to reach out. I want to listen to people's stories. So many different people, so many different backgrounds, just so many different inspiring stories and just different life. Everyone lives. It's so funny. Everyone lives different lives, but in general, we're so similar as humans. We have to eat, we have to sleep. A lot of us share the same passions. It's just so interesting. Let me go ahead and read your stuff now. She played GTA with us too, and nah, man, nothing bad, nothing, just tension and the Tower Boy finding us on odd position. Laugh my off. That's interesting. Love Sims 2 and Sims 3. Sometimes I'll read the comments, and then sometimes I won't read the comments. It's actually very interesting that I'll read the comments and not. I find it varies between a lot of streamers. Do they read the chat room or do they not? Obviously, if you have a lot of people in chat, you're not going to read the chat room, or you won't read the comments out loud. You'll just read them to yourself. My workout channel that I used to use for work is called Buff Dudes. My bud and I give weightlifting advice and great workout, man. You could link it here. I do allow links here, but yeah, if you link it here, I'll be able to check out your channel for sure, which is actually very interesting. I do like fitness stuff, like I said. He was so pissed. He almost quit his job to get away from my bud and I, but nothing happened. Laughed my ass off. I'm dude with a short hair and short beard with sandy hair. Hi, does iOS update delete my photos? Does iOS update delete your photos? Actually, no. If you're updating your any type of iOS device, whether it's an iPad or an iPhone, you don't lose your photos because they're stored in your memory. It has nothing to do with the software. But you have to remember, if you are paranoid, you can go to like iCloud and back them up if you use iCloud, or you can back them up on like your computer, which would actually solve it. Or if you have a Facebook, you can upload the pictures to Facebook. But if they're confidential, most likely you want to upload them like iCloud or like Dropbox or something like that, and then do it. I would probably back them up, to be honest, if you're trying to do like a restore, like an update or like a restore of the device, because it's always risky, especially if they're like very personal stuff, like family stuff, and you don't want to lose them. I would definitely say back them up, to be honest. But yeah, honestly, I'm so happy right now. This is the funnest I've had streaming. A lot of people who come to my streams told me not to do IRL streams because I won't know what to talk about or they can get very boring. But I actually really do enjoy IRL streaming. I've always wanted to do IRL streaming. It's just that it's also hard to find topics to talk about, if that makes sense. And I really do appreciate all of you coming out to the stream. I can do really long streams when I'm doing IRL. I can really do long streams, and I'm down for that. Thank you. Lame subscribes you now. Okay, Thanks for checking in. Yeah, but yeah, if you need any tech question to answer, I can try to answer your questions. Like I said, I'm pretty knowledgeable about tech and gaming stuff. I'm still also really trying to debate if I want to make another channel on YouTube here because I want to talk about other stuff. It sucks when you're a content creator and 99% of content creators get stuck in one category when it comes to their channels. Everybody does that, and it does start to get draining after a while. But literally, I don't know what to talk about if I was going to make another YouTube channel. That's why I'm okay with doing IRL streams and things like that. I think for now I'm going to keep my IRL streams on my current main YouTube channel. I could start my other YouTube channel just to do IRL streaming, but I don't have any have a fan base. It was very hard for me to get a fan base here on YouTube. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I am very appreciative of every single person who has subscribed to me, and I'm okay telling people I don't have a lot of viewers and I don't get a lot of subs as well. I'm okay, because not everybody's the same. But it just blows my mind how everybody kind of is the same in personality and stuff, and I've seen people who act the same and talk the same, but they don't get anybody. But I guess the internet is just a very saturated world we live in, and it does suck. But every time you put yourself out there, you always have a chance to get somebody new who really does appreciate you as a human. And I have friends, I said, that I've made through streaming and made through my YouTube, and I'm so appreciative of every single person. It means a lot to me, because honestly, I'm a person that really tries to connect with as many people as humanly possible, and I just love this experience. How to grow on YouTube? That's a very good question. It kind of sucks right now. Gonna do it myself tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern Coast. I love IRL. You love IRL streams? Yes, I really do love IRL streams. It depends on the topic, but in general, I do love it, because it actually feels like you're talking to a friend over the internet, or like a friend's in your room or whatever, when you actually have IRL streams. That's why I do love IRL streaming. It just feels like you have somebody there. And I know there's a lot of people in a lot of different situations out there that literally have nobody to talk to and literally are depressed or scared. I actually have those feelings once in a while, and it does suck. It does suck talking about problems that you have, but sometimes it's nice to vent to people and tell you have those problems in your life and you need to seek help. It's just that you can't seek help. So it's nice the internet is always there for you, because it's not like you can go to a therapist, you can go out there, and some people are in situations where they can't talk to other people. It's not easy, so they have the internet to rely on, and these are the type of things you need to do. Be with other people, even if they're not physically there with you. It does actually help. I hate people like some of my friends or some other people out there say that you should always have real life friends with you and things like that, and these online friends don't matter. Online connectivity is actually a very big deal. Also, speaking of online connectivity, I'm going to get back to your message really quickly about how to grow on YouTube right after this message really quickly. But basically, the thing is, though, I just read something about Elon Musk, and he actually wants to make internet accessible to everybody in the world, because as we speak right now, there's not internet for every single person in the whole entire world. Like, for instance, there's places like, obviously, the ocean, you can't get connectivity, or maybe on a mountain you can't get internet. So he's trying to make an internet like through satellites where you can get connectivity anywhere in the world. Is that actually going to happen? Who really knows? That would actually be one of the coolest improvements in the internet technology, because I do believe truly that being connected through the internet is a really big deal. I also wish to, before I talk about the whole how to grow on YouTube, but I really wish that there was some way out there that services like the internet or like water or trash were things you do not have to pay for. I don't know any other countries. I'm assuming it works the same as America, since I live here in the US. I wish that there was a way that things that are like equality of life things you don't pay for, because it helps your equality of life. Like, for instance, the internet. The internet helps you in so many different ways. You can reach out for help. The internet is endless, and it's the best thing that anybody could have ever made. Why do we have to pay for it? Same thing with healthcare. We shouldn't be paying for healthcare, because it's not our fault that we get injured or sick. And there's even people who like eat clean, exercise, and sometimes things just happen. Why are we forced to spend our whole life worrying about healthcare when some people literally don't have money for healthcare and things like that? It's issues like that that really piss me off, that I wish that there was a way that we can actually get these things that are a necessity in life, basically shouldn't cost money, because they're things that we have to basically make our lives better and improve our life. Like, also water. Water should be a thing we shouldn't have to pay for. It should just be free, just like electricity. It just blows my mind. But I know people are greedy, and then on top of that, I just know that they want money, basically, and things like that. It does suck. I wish I was part of the government to try to help with those issues, but I know those issues won't be tackled even if I'm part of those groups and things like that, because it normally sucks that everyone's conflicted on those issues. There has to be some way that we can make those services free. Like, for instance, taxes. We pay so much in taxes. How come taxes cannot pull through in some of these services that should be quality of life stuff? I agree not everything should be a quality of life, but a lot of things should be equality of life. But let me go ahead and answer your question about how to grow on YouTube if you're still here. So basically, how to grow on YouTube, what I was saying was it sucks right now that in 2020 that it's so oversaturated in YouTube. It's very hard to stand out on YouTube. I'm just going to be very honest with you. There is not one topic or one thing you can do to stand out. You really, all you have to do is do something that you're really passionate about. I'll say that, even if it's oversaturated, because you want to come on camera and you want people to feel like they really do feel like you're really passionate about that topic or about that experience or about that type of thing. And I really do believe that. Don't try to do something that you're not really passionate about, because if you do something that you're really not passionate about, you're gonna have a hard time struggling trying to do the videos all the time. And the thing is with YouTube and with the algorithm, I hate the algorithm on YouTube. It's really for the big content creators. I hate it. It makes me so passionate about the algorithm on YouTube sucks, because you have to have people who actually like your content, like actually physically press the like button on YouTube, comment a lot, and you have to have people watch it to really push your content out there, which really does suck. And for me, I'm a very small content creator here on YouTube, and it sucks. But this is literally the only platform that's actually good for me, that I can make video, because there's no other site on the internet like this that's actually good for content creation. You know that's true. There's been other websites that have tried but have failed when it comes to videos and things like that, and that does suck. And I do like having pre-recorded content, because these streams do go away and things like that. So it's nice to have pre-recorded content where there's a site where they'll always hold these things like this forever. One thing I've always wanted to do here on YouTube is I always wanted to start a vlogging channel. I like vlogging channels because that means you can keep your life on the internet forever and for generations to come, providing YouTube's still here and providing the internet doesn't crash or all the videos get deleted. You can show like your future generations your whole life and things like that. But my personality, I may seem like a talkative person and thing, but my personality, at least when it comes to like public interactions, is not the greatest, I will have to admit. And it's hard for me to do stuff that I would want to do on like an IRL stream. My sister keeps telling me I can do stuff like around my house for the IRL streams, or not IRL streams, but for like pre-recorded vlogs and things like that. Talk about monotonous things that I would do in my everyday life. One thing I'm actually very passionate about, and I'm going to try to get to all your comments here in a second, but one thing I'm very passionate about is actually cooking. I would love to do cooking streams. I don't know how many people here actually enjoy people eating on camera, but I wouldn't mind eating on camera, like my meals and things like that, to talk about food, because everyone has to eat food, and it's so like you're it's so relatable to everybody, since everybody has to eat food, you know. Let me try to read this. I'll give you both a shout out for mine. I did a guest appearance on Shane Dawson's and PewDiePie. Yeah, those are two big YouTubers. I know pretty much all the big YouTubers. Who doesn't know them all? I do watch big YouTubers and I do watch small YouTubers as well. I try to make a good balance of that. I pretty much just watch whoever I enjoy. There's a lot of channels I enjoy that not a lot of people enjoy, which kind of suck. Be giving advice on pec and shoulder growth tomorrow. Doing it shirtless for my lady fans. Laugh my ass off. That's actually interesting. You know what? My sister really likes watching a lot of like CrossFit and watching a lot of weightlifting stuff. So I might actually give her your stuff so you can actually so she can actually watch you. She's a big fan of that kind of stuff. She watches a lot of documentaries on what you should be eating. You know, like for instance, should you be eating like a vegan diet? Should you be eating like a keto diet, a vegetarian diet, a meat diet? He watches all those documentaries, and they're very interesting. One of the documentaries was on Netflix, and it was actually they actually had Arnold Schwarzenegger on it. It was one of those meatless ones where it said, or not really meatless, but it was one of those ones that were like, you should not be eating a diet based around animal products. No animal products. So it's the vegan diet, basically. And he kept swearing that, I'm not going to really talk about if it's wrong or right, because there's a lot of different things. It just sucks that we don't really know what's good for humans to actually eat to live a long and healthy life. But obviously there is some common sense stuff you probably don't want to eat that's probably destroying you as a human, to be honest. And it's already proven. But some stuff it's hard to tell. Should you eat meat because meat's good protein? Should you not eat meat because it's bad for you? Should you eat a lot of plant-based stuff and things like that? It's just overall very interesting. Let me go ahead and actually look at that real quick. I didn't get your channel link, actually. Where are you from? I'm actually from the U.S. I'm actually up in Delaware. I tried to think, but yeah, I'm actually up in Delaware, up in the northern the U.S. in Delaware. It gets very cold here in the winters. Like right now, it's like very cold in the city I live in. It's like 0 degrees, and a lot of times here the pipes freeze, which is actually unfortunate. Yeah, man, I watch the cooking channel a lot myself, believe it or not. Yeah, I love cooking. I love cooking. I usually cook my own meals, and it's actually very entertaining. If you want to watch, well, I don't know, you probably won't like it, but they have a channel on Twitch where they literally only sit there and watch cooking for like 24/7. It's called 24/7 Cooking on Twitch. But the thing is, though, it has a lot of old like PBS shows and whatnot. You may not enjoy it. I don't know, but you can check that out if you want to. Can't think of any cooking channels I actually watch on YouTube because I actually don't watch any cooking channels. To be honest, most of my inbox is full of technology and gaming. I don't really need to recommend any of that because I'm already a tech and gaming channel. I do watch some people eat fast food though. I have a really big fascination with fast food. I don't eat fast food because I know it's horrible for you, but in general, I don't like the taste of a lot of fast food. I'm not gonna say I don't like it because I do like fast food. Let me see what else there is. I watch. Okay, right, bro. What are we talking about? Okay, but what I was saying was, I, I do like fast food. I will eat it once in a while in a blue moon when I have nothing to eat or when I'm lazy to cook. But in general, I don't eat fast food. I usually buy a lot from the grocery store and try to eat. I really do eat as clean as possible. I don't eat clean all the time, but who's really going to live on planet Earth and not expect to eat clean 100%? Because you have to be honest with yourself. There is so much stuff out there in the world that tastes so good, that's so bad for you. You can't tell me in your whole lifetime you're not going to be willing to try it. So, yeah. But, yeah, I usually like eating, like, if I was going to eat fast food, I don't really like McDonald's, but I do like their fries. Their fries are actually really good, I have to admit. I love, love, love their fries. I'm going to try to also make this a goal where I stream around the same time every single day. I can probably go for another hour as long as there's people here and as long as there's people talking and we're having a good time. Usually I know when to cut the stream when there's nobody here or when it's getting dry and things. That's when I usually like cutting it. But yeah, I'm going to make a habit to try streaming at the same exact time each and every day. Don't know if any of you guys can make it out, but I'm going to try. But yeah, I do like McDonald's fries. They're really good. Their burgers, they don't really speak to me, but I actually do like their chicken nuggets. They're okay. I guess some of my favorite fast food probably has to be Chick-fil-A for sure. Who can disagree Chick-fil-A has a good chicken sandwich? But then again, a lot of people are saying that Popeyes here in America has a freaking amazing chicken sandwich. I know my friend eats a lot of their chicken sandwiches, which is actually very amazing. But I've never tried their Chick-fil-A sandwich, to be honest, because the problem is, not Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, sorry. Because the problem is with Popeyes, it's literally out of the way from my house. It's like an hour some drive, and I really don't want to drive it just to get one chicken sandwich and then come back. It's funny, though, they're always busy. Last time I went by, when I had to go buy Popeyes, they literally had the whole drive-thru backed up with like 20 cars. And that's not normal for Popeyes. For Chick-fil-A in my area, that's hella normal. But for Popeyes, that is not normal. Very not normal. Actually, very not normal. Yeah, it's really not normal. So it must be the chicken sandwich that has to be amazing. I know their chicken sandwich is very big and very juicy. It has to be because people are loving it. From which, oh yeah, I said I'm from the USA, United States of America, North America. Which you'll probably find most people who stream or a lot of people on the internet are from North America. It's so common. I don't know why it's like really common, but most people speak English too. It's just very common. Not as oh you already said that. Keep Ben's mom's from the bunker wants us to rig her devices to her iPhone. I may need your help. What are you talking about? Like hacking it or something? Cause I used to be big into iOS jailbreaking and things like that back in the day. Because I'm always one person that wants to do what the factory doesn't intend you to do. I'm not going to really go into if it's illegal or not illegal, but I'm sure a lot of people have done it throughout history. Because it's so easy too, and there's so many tutorials on the internet about like hacking are about cracking devices, and it's so interesting. I do like watching stuff about like hacking systems or cracking your device, doing stuff like I told you, like the factory doesn't want you to do. Very interesting. Honestly, if I had more people, to be honest, I would actually really love to do this like more often than do something like YouTube videos. But I know a lot of people don't like live streams as well, pre-recorded content. So I'm trying to make a mixture of pre-recorded content and also YouTube videos. I might have to step off a camera really quickly, like 1 second. It's extremely hot in here, very hot, extremely hot. I'm gonna step off camera 1 second. I plan to stream for like another hour. Okay, that explains it. I don't know how loud you can hear my fan, but I have to turn on a fan. It's very hot. It sucks when I'm running a lot of equipment like my lights and like on my streaming stuff. It gets very hot. Let me see what you're saying. Nah, she wants to control the temperature and stuff with her phone. There is some way. Oh, yeah. I know about that. But I think you, like, if you're talking about control like the temperature in your house, you have to have like a certain thermostat to do that. You can do that, but you have to have a certain thermostat. Like for instance, you have to have like a Nest thermostat, and there's some other brands on the market. If you do a quick Google search, which I'm assuming most people know how to do Google searches, which is actually funny. My parents don't really know about the internet. They're not tech savvy, but it makes sense because they didn't grow up in the right time period. They grew up when technology was irrelevant. Yeah, it was irrelevant. They had no technology like this. My mom grew up in a place where they had no technology at all whatsoever. So no TV, no nothing. And then my dad grew up in a time period where they had technology, but they only had TVs. So they had TVs, but then later on in his life and let me know how my fan is. Please let me know. I don't want it being a nuisance to any of you guys. Please let me know. But what I was saying was, he did grow up with computers, but he grew up with the old computer, so he's still very unknowledgeable. At least the good news is now he knows how to run stuff because I taught him, but he's still not the greatest. It's actually funny, my very first computer I ever grew up with in my life was the Commodore 64. The Commodore 64 was a flat-out really good computer. For the time, of course, not now. It's actually funny too because the Commodore is one of the first computers out there on the market. You had to program. You literally, I don't know why I look off a camera. I don't look into the camera. But what I was gonna say was the Commodore is one of the only computers out there on the market. You literally had to do simple coding to get programs to load. You couldn't click like on a desktop icon on like a tablet or like a computer and get like the internet to come up or like a game to come up. You had to do coding. It was pretty simple coding. It was like typing "8, 1" and the name of the program and it would load. But if you didn't know that, it wouldn't come up. But yeah, I had a lot of experiences with the Commodore 64. But like I said, thank you again for coming to the stream. I really do appreciate it. You don't really have to give me a shout out if you don't want. But if you want to, I highly appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. But I'm also okay if you don't shout me out because I understand there's a lot of people out there. And it's hard to like shout out everybody. And I know why some people don't give out shout outs too, because it's like if you shout out somebody, it feels like everyone else wants a shout out too, and you can't give everyone a shout out, so it's like unfair, you know? So I understand that. How's my stream doing too? Is it like, it should be pretty flawless. It looks flawless on my end. It's giving me a warning, but the warning's not about like stream issues. It's actually about like the resolution's wrong. So the aspect ratio is wrong, but I forgot to set it, but I'm not going to end stream because if I end stream, you most likely come back. That's why I don't want to do a stream where I have to step off a camera all too often, like take breaks. I really need to get like a bigger water because I'm low on water. I'm trying to make sure I'm staying hydrated and stuff. I do like talking about movies and TV shows. If anyone's down to talking about movies or TV shows, for sure. It's actually funny, for the first time in my life, I just watched Star Wars. And I never watched Star Wars prior to last year. I watched it when Disney Plus came out. So I watched the regular series. I watched 4, 5, and 6, and then I skipped the whatchamacallit. I skipped the pre-sequel stuff or whatever, the 1, 2, and 3. So like the Clone Wars, and then like the Phantom Menace, and then I went straight to the Disney stuff. Apparently there's no wrong or right way to watch them, and a lot of people have mixed feelings when it comes to Star Wars. But yeah, I watched Star Wars for the first time, and that show Or yeah, that movie franchise is very interesting. I'm not gonna say it's amazing because it's not really mind blowing, but I wouldn't say it's like bad or trash. It's just very interesting. Believe me, I'm gonna come out and say this right now. I actually think Carrie Fisher, the one who plays what's her name? God, it slipped my mind. The girl who plays the princess in that movie. I actually think she looks kind of good in that movie. Actually, I know she already passed away, which is unfortunate. I think in the last Star Wars movie, Star Wars that came out, wasn't she like CGI? Because I know for the other Star Wars movie, one of the guys had to be CGI, I do believe, which was actually very interesting. Very, very interesting stuff that they did CGI for that. And then outside of that, I haven't really watched anything too recent, to be honest, because I watch a lot of streams. I'm a big streaming person. Outside of like my actual everyday life, I love watching streams. Anytime I'm like alone or not busy, I love watching streams. And I also stream. I also do a lot of YouTube, a lot of YouTube, and a lot of streaming. I do a lot of streaming. If you check my channel right now, you can see there's a lot of streams. But I really just want to do IRL or like just chatting streams, just to get connectivity with people. I mean, I can do the same thing on game streams. It's not like I couldn't because I'm still sitting in front of a camera. But I just like the fact I'm not actually being forced to play a game, because trying to find the game I like to play and then trying to talk at the same time, I think it's really not stressful, but really draining. I'm pretty much forcing myself to find a game that I actually don't want to play just because I feel like I have to stream. But here, I'm talking about a lot of different topics, which actually really is nice. I guess since you're gone, I might actually try to refill my water really quickly. So I'm going to step off a screen. I used to have a BRB screen, but I don't have the BRB screen up. So I'm going to go ahead and step off a camera real quick, refill my water, and keep going. I'll probably go for maybe another hour, depending on, again, how many people are here and if we're having a good time and talking. Like I said, again, I really do appreciate each and every one of you for coming out. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now again one more time. I'm gonna go off the camera and try to go get some water and try to rehydrate and everything like that. So I'll be right back. It'll only take me about like maybe a minute or 30 seconds. It'll be very short. Okay, I'm back. Told you it wouldn't take too long. Just had to go get a water, and I actually stepped outside because I'm still pretty hot. And yeah, that really did help me cool off. Just the fact that I went outside. So that's actually very interesting. So I'm back on camera. But basically what I wanted to talk about right now is the fact that I guess I can talk about this. I want to talk about mental health. Not really talk about it, but I just really wanted to say on the topic of mental health, I really don't mind talking about mental health, and if anybody has like any problems or anything they want to talk about when it comes to mental health, I am all for literally mental health. Because like I said before, one of my biggest things I want to do is actually help people with mental health problems or issues, or if you just need somebody to talk to, I want to be that person who you can reach out to and talk about your problems, because I love talking to people about their problems. I'm not maybe the greatest person, but I want to try and I want to be there because that's something I love talking about. I want everyone to be in the right like mindset and be good and things like that. So that's why I would love to love to talk about mental health issues, because I know how it feels to have mental health issues. It does suck, and it's one of the worst things. And I know why so many people want to end their life because of mental health issues. Can you please tell me how my fan is? Is it loud? You didn't really tell me. Is it too loud, or is it just fine? Or can you not hear it? I might check on my own stream actually and things like that. So that's why I would love to do. Looks like you cannot hear my not hear my fan, which is actually very good. Okay, thanks again, Seth Jackman. I really do appreciate that you are willing to shout me out, but like I said, you don't really have to, but thanks again. Because I do need to get the word out, too. It's really hard to promote yourself nowadays. It really is. Because there's so many people on the internet. Like, if you wanted to get famous, you really had to start the internet long ago, when YouTube opened up or when, like, streaming started. Nowadays, it's just so saturated. You'll be sitting here by yourself for literally ever. And it is very depressing. I might still turn down the fan, actually, because I went outside. It's still bothering me. I can hear it. It's still a little too loud for me. I'll keep it on, but I'll turn it down. Okay, there you go. I went to go turn down my fan. It only took me a second here. But, yeah, it does suck about the internet and everything like that, talking about that. It's hard to get noticed. I also have a Twitter account if anyone wants to follow me on Twitter. I don't normally shout out my stuff because it's up to you if you want to. I don't like bothering people or like forcing people to, or like throwing that stuff in their face. So I'm not one of those people. I never have and never will. If you feel like subscribing, subscribe. If you don't, you don't. That's just how it goes for me. I'm not gonna say it's bad to like tell people to do that stuff, but I feel like some people overdo it. They keep telling people to subscribe and follow me and all this jazz. It's up to you if you want to. If you like me as a human, that is, of course, or a person. Nah, man, can't hear fan. Okay, that's good. I thought you couldn't hear it, but I'll still turn it down. It's still bothering me slightly. No pun intended. That's interesting, but yeah. What else? I guess we can talk about more of the tech news. I don't know if you love tech news, but that's really what these streams are all about. And then if you throw in stuff in the mix, that's great. I'm down to talk about anything I said. Because this is literally all I know to talk about. And it keeps the stream going, too, so I don't run out of stuff to talk about. Oh, we could actually, you know what? I don't mind. Like I said, it's a random stream. We could go to the front page of Reddit. I always like looking at the front page of Reddit to find stuff that's interesting. I'm a big culprit of that. Reddit is actually my favorite website of all time, actually, probably. It's so good. And so much random stuff. Okay, there's a lot of ads on Reddit. There's an advertisement for Monster Hunter World Iceborne. You know what's funny about Monster Hunter World Iceborne? I own that game, but I never played it. How ironic. It's sitting behind me. I'll go ahead and show you, actually. It's actually cool, I guess, because I didn't buy this. My sister bought it, but I got it. We got it on Black Friday on a crazy sale. It's actually the one with the DLC, too, the Iceborne DLC. So here it is right here. The Monster Hunter World Iceborne Masters Edition, which is cool. I seen my sister playing this game, but I don't know if I would actually like it. But I do like looting stuff in games and like getting equipment, and I do like fighting stuff. So this may be up my alley. But I think I played one of the older Monster Hunters, and one of the older Monster Hunters really didn't speak to me. But yeah, Monster Hunter World Iceborne with the DLC and everything in one package, fairly cheap for Black Friday. I think we got it for like $30, so that's pretty good as a pickup. And yeah, I love retro games or the game pickups and stuff. I wouldn't mind doing that stuff, but I can't buy that stuff. It's just so expensive, which is unfortunate. Oh, my battery on my device is going to run out. Better go ahead. Let me see if it's plugged in. Okay, it's plugged in. I got to watch the stuff. I don't think it's going to give me a warning. It may give me a warning. Let me see here. First time seeing it. That thing, sorry typo. Gotta watch the entire Lord of the Rings and Hobbit series while we were trapped in the Hong. I don't like that time period, so I don't really, that doesn't really speak to me like Skyrim. But unfortunately, I did see one of the Hobbit movies, and I think they made 2 Hobbit movies. I watched the first one in IMAX because we actually have an IMAX around here. And the thing is with the movie, it's actually a weird movie because apparently the way they filmed one of the scenes, they filmed it in a very weird frame rate. And since they filmed it in a very weird frame rate, apparently it messes with like your head, and you can get like a headache or like get motion sickness. It's like, I don't know if you remember a scene, I'm pretty sure, where they're fighting on like a bridge, I think in the first Hobbit, and I think that's where a lot of people said they filmed it in the wrong frame rate. Don't know how much you're into technology and stuff, but yeah, they filmed it in the wrong frame rate apparently, which is very interesting. Now this is a photo to be, no, okay, we already, okay, let's see if there's anything interesting. Okay. I don't know why I'm getting a lot of gaming stuff. It must be popular because someone's showing off their arcade in their basement. They have a bar. I wish I can show you the screen. There's a way to do it. It's very easy on my other PC, but here it's not. You can see what I'm watching at the same time I'm looking it up on the internet, so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But some guy right now is literally showing his arcade off. All this is on the front page of Reddit. If you just type in reddit.com and go to the home screen, the home menu. Looks very cool. He's very passionate about Pac-Man and Tetris. Let me see if I can bring it up here full screen. Okay, it's too blurry. Let me see what else you're saying. First time, something about your device not working in the bunker. Where is this bunker located, may I ask? If you don't want to share, I understand. But yeah, it looks actually his arcade looks very generic. I'm just gonna say that right there. He could have added more stuff to the wall, maybe. Is that a wait? Is that a trampoline in the? Okay, no, that's like a card table for like poker. Okay, I was trying to think what that was. She wanted to watch it. Her choice. We gave the approval, and on exchange, we got to walk around in our underwear for 3 days. The bunker is in South Texas or near Mexico. It got to be 105 degrees. Oh, I've been to No, I've been to Texas before. The 3 places I've been in Texas were Arlington, Texas, which is where Six Flags is, and the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. I think it's called the AT&T Stadium. Am I correct? I might be wrong about that, but I know the Dallas Cowboys are there. And then on top of that, I went to Dallas, Texas, and I've been to no, I've been to more places. 4, I think. A weird city where I had a condo rented. I went to Arlington, Texas, like I said, Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas, the big cities, of course, and then I went to Galveston. So I went to the New Mexico's the sea line. That city's okay, but I wouldn't probably go back to that city just because there's not really much to do in Galveston, Texas. Interesting. Her backyard, she is rich. She had it built. Wow. Yeah, honestly, she seems like an amazing, amazing woman. I'm just going to say that right now. Yeah. I don't know too many amazing moms. Most of the moms I know are generic or not, like, crazy. Yeah, very interesting. Have you ever played Re... Man, the problem is with my screen, too. It's very dim. Not dim, but the text's very small. Oh wow, I'm surprised my computer can handle streaming. It's getting kind of choppy. Like the programs anyway, not the stream itself. You're watching the stream's flawless. The game is awesome. What kind of game is it anyway? Yeah, tell me what kind of game it is. I might check it out. But yeah. LOL, we got to go to Shark Nude if we let her have the TV. Laugh my ass. We were literally burning up. She approved. Laugh my out, but nothing happens to where it is like a panic room. Oh, like one of those like rooms where you have to solve a puzzle. Cause I've never been to one of those like rooms before. Or are you talking about something else in the bunker? Because you could be talking about something else. She just did harmless flirting with us. Oh yeah, right. Because you said she likes you. She adores you. I shouldn't be on this computer. This is bad for IRL streaming because I have so many tabs open. It's getting very choppy. Wait, what? Hold on, boys. Hold on. Apparently, GTA 4 is gone from Steam. Hold on. What is it? This is actually newsworthy for a YouTube video. Hold the door. Hold the front door, boys. GTA 5 has disappeared from Steam because of Games for Windows Live. Oh, so it moved probably. It probably just moved. But that's still annoying because everyone knows Steam's like the main client for PC games on PC. That's so dumb. I hate the fact that now so many other places are getting ownership of these games that are moving off of Steam. It just makes so much sense to have everything on one client. It makes your PC cluttered with so many clients. Wait, maybe it's gone forever, actually. I didn't read the whole story. Oh, they're shutting. Microsoft is apparently shutting down a service which GTA was on, and now it's. I think GTA 4 is gone. I mean, we do have GTA 5, but it is what it is. What time is it anyway? Okay, like I said, I don't wake up. I can wake up whenever I want because I don't do my actual everyday stuff until like late at night. That's when I start my day. Believe it or not. I usually do a stream in the afternoon, and then I'm gonna try doing these streams. I could cut off my normal streams because I don't. I enjoy them somewhat, but these ones are definitely, man. I just love IRL, getting to connect with people. Erotic Hentai Japanese games. Oh, I actually played a really weird Japanese game on the PSP. There's some really weird Japanese games for sure. Like there's this one I saw a guy play. It was basically one on the PS1, the PlayStation 1, and there's like this shoe, and you control this shoe, and you go around picking up CDs. It's very weird. I'm not gonna say it's a bad game. It's just very strange, at least for Americans. For Japanese people, of course, they do a lot of weird stuff. Like they're into cosplay. They do just a lot of different stuff that we're not used to here in the States. So it's probably not weird to them. But for me, it's like, what? I've never seen a game like this, bro. His son saw us flirting on the security camera afterward. He was so mad, turned red. He is a tiny nerd, though. Not fearless, still working as our towel boy. Wow, yeah, I'd probably be mad too, though. I understand though. It's like if it's my mom or something. Yeah, I don't know. I've always wondered how. Now I'm pretty sure most people, if they caught you like flirting with their mom, they'd be mad. Let's be honest. Let's be very honest here. Okay, there's a new movie coming out called Morbus. Looks like a monster movie. I might check out the trailer real quick because you can't see it anyway. I'll turn down for copyright purposes. Let me check here. Oh, it has that one guy from. I'm a big fan of that group. 30 Seconds to Mars. I know he starred in some movies, and I think in one of the. I want to say one of the superhero movies. I forgot what it was called. He was the Joker. I like that guy. I don't know his name. Something Jared something. Forgot his name. I used to like that group a lot. I know they still make albums. I'm more of a fan of, believe it or not, I'm more of a fan of 30 Seconds to Mars when 30 Seconds to Mars switched their whatchamacallit, they switched their vibe of their the vibe of their actual group. You know how so many groups change the sound of their group? I liked them when they had The War. I think it's called The War, isn't it? The one with the line on the cover. I think it's called The War. Yeah, it's called The War, I think. I think that's the name of the album. That's when I was really big into I always type in albums. But that's when I was a really big fan of them. I used to also stream on a different device, but now I like this device because I can actually look up stuff while I'm talking, and not having stuff to look up makes it hard to find topics. I also would love to make a channel dedicated around music, not like make music, but talk about albums. But I'm not the most knowledgeable, so it wouldn't be good. Yeah, This Is War, not The War. This Is War. That's my favorite one from them, which a lot of people like A Beautiful Lie, because that's really where they got their sound from, or like 30 Seconds to Mars, 30 Seconds to Mars. That's so weird that the gap in between all these albums is very long. Wow, I take a big hiatus. Let me read some of your messages. Trying to keep up on chat. It's very slow, but that's good for me to read chat. Yeah, that was my whole weekend, you know, even though we were freaking out about being stuck inside. She was young and very attractive. He was pissed. Let me ask really quickly if you want to share what hair was she wearing? Like what hair does she have? Is she like a blonde, a brunette, like that kind of stuff? Maybe you can even throw in race or ethnicity if you want. More funny than obscene and this meant to be funny. Well, hard rock all the way here, bro. Big fan of Tool these days. Oh yeah, you like hard rock. Yeah, you like a little bit harder. I also like hard rock in general, but it's not my go-to genre. But I still like it. I definitely like it as a genre more than other genres for sure. I like it more than pop, probably. Traditional pop, like you hear on the radio, like Taylor Swift or like Selena Gomez and all that junk. I think my favorite rock genre either has to be maybe hard rock. I like hard rock, like Foo Fighters and stuff. Maybe metal music. No, not really metal music. I already said that, to be honest. But I like a lot of. I'm a really big fan of because I grew up around the time where a lot of my friends were into like they were skateboarders, and a lot of my friends either liked rap music, but most of them liked. Funny enough, since they were skateboarders, they like. It's funny. I was never a skateboarder growing up, but I know how to ride a skateboard now, like flawlessly. But what I was gonna say was I like a punk rock or pop rock. They're both so similar, but I think punk rock, like Blink 182, Green Day, the Sum 41, those kind of groups. They still speak to me because I'm still very young. I'm a young adult, so they speak to me a lot. And they're just really corny and really cheesy a lot, so I think I like them. They don't take themselves too serious. It's a lot about the lyrics too, about like dating issues, like my childhood, like my school years. I just love that they just speak to me as a person, since I'm still trying to figure out myself as a person. Because you may never. It's funny though, even though you live a life, you may go through your whole life and never really figure out what you truly are as a person or what you want your life to be. It's just so interesting because there's so much stuff out there, and yeah. Big fan. Oh yeah, Tool. Yeah, I think they had a concert recently. Actually, Tool was pretty. We get concerts here all the time, but we haven't got anything crazy. Most of it's like country stuff, and I'm not in the country, unfortunately. I can admit that. There is some country songs I like. Like every genre, I think there's songs you can probably find that you like, but in general, I don't like country. And she came out to us, and the one hot day when it was like 105, she advised me. Oh, my bud and I stayed innocent, and that is what we told him. Yeah, that is actually very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah. Let me go back to the. I think I'm on the home. Yeah, I'm still on. I think I'm still on the homepage of Reddit. Let me see if there's anything interesting on the homepage of Reddit. Anyway. They're showing a guy from one of the sports games, and he's actually falling asleep from a basketball game. Let me watch this clip real quick. Okay, let's see here. Try and turn on the volume. The volume slider on this Reddit page is weird. Bro, that's funny. That's funny. You see him in the background sleeping. That reminds me when E3 2019 was going on last month. People were literally sleeping. Like, it was so boring. This guy was like, I'm like, bro, what the heck? That proves that the Game Awards are no good. I only watched the Game Awards to see the new game announcements, but this year they sucked. Everyone agreed they were trash. Man, you couldn't have got better game announcements. Because the year before they had some pretty good game announcements. Like we had the CTR reveal, we had the new Smash Brothers character. Man, brunette, slender, Caucasian, very attractive, young Angelina Jolie worthy. Oh yeah, I can see that then. Very, very. That's like kind of typical for like cute like or hot like friend's mother. Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. And you came on us to the one day and it was told him, haha. I read that already. I have a hard time. I always have this thing where I tend to actually end up rereading what's on chat, like the same message. I'm just now coming down from this stir crazy of the panic room. It taxes your mind. Oh, I believe it. There's some stuff that when you get out of it, you're traumatized. I can see you being traumatized for a while. I can't remember the last situation I was like super traumatized. Speaking of stuff while people are here, I just wanted to say next stream I might have some music in the background, like very low. Because I'm going to do more IRL streams, and then I might show you the web pages that I'm on. So you can see the web pages I'm on, so you can actually see the stuff that I'm looking at. But yeah, I plan to stream around the same time. I'll probably go live around like maybe 10 or 11 Eastern time at night. Don't forget, I also do pre-recorded YouTube content. I only talk about the gaming and tech news primarily, or just stuff related to that stuff. And then I do other streams during the day, mostly gaming streams where I just play games. You can sit there and talk to me as well. But I'm trying to stray away from those because I really do enjoy talking to people like this on a camera. It is just so fun. And I'm not forced to play a game. It always feels like I'm forced to play a game when I'm streaming that. And I'm playing it just to be playing it, just to get something up. But I may continue those streams for a while. Just depends. But I'm really having fun. Thank you again, everyone. Like, it really does mean a lot to me. You don't even know, like, it really does, that people are actually here talking to me, and especially you, Seth. It's just really a really nice feeling. I should do what I really do truly enjoy, and this is really what I enjoy here, making my YouTube videos and doing IRL or like just chatting streams. It would be better if I streamed on Twitch though, just because they have stuff in place where you can host me and things like that, but it is what it is. I'm pretty much stuck to frickin' YouTube. At least I get some interactions. It's not like I get zero. It used to be too when I went to Twitch. For some reason, I'm like one of those people. I'm not just the only person. I'm like one of those people. If I move platforms, for some reason, nobody wants to go with me. And I tried Twitch for like a straight like 2-month period where I had nobody on Twitch, and it's sad. And there's another person where they're very popular on YouTube, but when they moved over to Twitch, nobody wanted to watch them. Same thing with this other person. When they moved from Twitch to YouTube to stream or whatever, nobody wanted to watch them, and it's weird. Like, what's the difference? It's the same freaking guy, but I guess your personality or you as a human is just locked into one site, which is actually inconvenient. It got wild. Don't worry. Post anything bad. Yeah, man. You talked to me off the ledge tonight. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to just talk about different stuff and like just have a really nice chill night. I just want these streams to be really chill, laid back. You can feel like you can be yourself and talk about whatever. Of course, limitations have to be in place, honestly, because it's the internet and it's YouTube and things like that. What are you going to be streaming tomorrow anyway? If you stream around the same time, I'm probably not going to show up because I'm really trying to make a habit of streaming much more often. Really trying to make a habit of that. And I don't like really changing times either because I know people will know me from the same time. Streaming can be really stressful. I know a lot of people who do fitness actually do like live stream with their gym or stuff like that, which can be actually very entertaining and very interesting. I can't see. Let me see. No. That's your YouTube channel name. I can just store it up into a web browser right now and look you up actually. Let me see here. I also, one big thing I am a very big fan of, I do like supporting other content creators. I always like supporting them, whether you're big or small. I'm the biggest fan of that. Because I know this stuff is, you still put in a lot of work. I hate people who say this is easy or this is not draining and stuff. This is definitely draining and stuff. You can really feel it after a while. You're sitting in a chair for hours on end talking, because you're talking the whole entire time too. Because if you don't talk, people aren't going to watch you. And why would you do a stream if you're not going to talk? It literally makes no sense to me. Let me see if I can search you up real quick. I couldn't get the link, so I'm going to have to, why can I paste it? What's up with this? Oh, there we go. I might not be able to get you. No, I can't find you. Nope, can't find you. It brought up a whole bunch of like late night talk show stuff. No, you're fine. You're fine. Trust me, you're fine. I don't know why you're worrying about that. You're fine. But yeah, I can't. I should be able to. Okay, never mind. Whatever. I can't find your stuff. I'm gonna go back to the home page and see if there's anything interesting. I'm gonna get off this YouTube site. What time is it? Okay. Wow, an hour already passed. That really shows you when you're having a lot of fun talking to people, time can really go by fast. Very fast. Because it is so fun to do these themes. And I'm always talking to people on other streams and stuff. Yeah, I know this can be an inconvenient time for a lot of people because it's so late at night. So late at night. But I also like, my perfect time for streaming would actually be nighttime. Actually, I love the nighttime compared to the daytime. I'm just a night owl in general. Yeah, I'm just a very big night owl. It also sucks too, the time that I stream, like right now, there's a lot of people streaming. But I'm going to stick through it as long as I have people and stuff. Forget watching other people. I mean, I do like supporting people, but... And I also, if you're wondering, I do make content pretty much almost every day. And then on top of the content, I pretty much do live streaming just Monday to Friday. My streams go Monday to Friday. I have to take a break no matter what. It's training, so I don't do Saturday and Sunday. But pre-recorded content I pretty much do all the time, even on the weekends. I'm pretty consistent at that. But I want to make my live streams just Monday to Friday. Because doing YouTube videos, doing my actual live stuff, doing my pre-recorded content can get very strenuous. And you do have to remember, I do want to try to do other stuff outside of my online content. I'll send more links. Sorry, yeah, cause my stuff did go down. Just don't want to gross you out. That's okay. If I can't find it, it's okay. You might be back, hopefully. It does suck too when you're streaming. You meet amazing people, but then for some reason they just never want to come back ever, for reasons. It does suck, but it is what it is. It's the internet of all things. Don't know why I took off my glasses, but yeah. Okay, that's fine. I understand too. There's times where you literally can't talk and things. That's why I need to have topics at hand. I also have the Nintendo Switch Reddit up. See if there's anything interesting. Because when it comes to gaming, I must admit I'm the most hardcore Nintendo fan. It's still my bread and butter. I've owned every Nintendo console since the GameCube. Yes. And when it comes to the other consoles, I'm very hit or miss. Like this generation was the first generation I wasn't an early adopter. It's actually funny, last generation I was like one of the first people in my area to get a 360 and everyone was jealous of me. Every single person I know. They were blown away like, no, you can't get the 360. It's not even available here. But no, we really got it maybe a couple months early. I kid you not. I don't know how I got it because my grandmother pulled through. My grandmother was literally like the best person ever. She spoiled the heck out of me. She was an amazing human. Like seriously, she was so amazing. Like during my birthdays and Christmas, I'm one of those few lucky kids that got anything I wanted. And don't feel free to ask me questions, too, if you want to ask me personal questions or anything, as long as they're not too bad. I can't answer everything, and I'm not going to, because remember, I am live on the internet, and I never know who's watching. So there are limitations, of course. But feel free to ask me questions if you want to get to know me. I do like interacting with my viewers and getting to know you guys and things like that. I'm very into that stuff. Man, I mean, I don't want to post a sexual truth. Okay, you feel free to post whatever you feel like posting. I understand. Okay, I'm gonna go check the Reddit. It looks like I don't know if you're in a Nintendo, but it looks like Pikmin 3 might be coming to Switch relatively soon. Because apparently the website crashed and they removed it, so that's very suspicious. So Pikmin 3 may be coming to Switch, which is obviously a Wii U game if you don't know, and Wii U game's been coming to Switch, so it looks like that actually might be happening. I have an OCD problem too, where a lot of things bother me. Like I don't like the fact if my face is too close to the camera or like my body's off center. I like being in the middle. I should really throw up some. I should really throw up some. I was gonna say to throw up some posters in the background to make my wall a little less like white. It's pretty clean, but it could have some stuff on it, which I would actually like to have on the back in the background. She wasn't as into my butt after she saw him shirtless. She is turned off by guys who manscape too much. I'm only. Oh, that's very interesting. Yeah, it's also funny too. You never know how to please a girl because you never know what girls are into or what they actually are interested into. It's so interesting. Huh, that's interesting. It says if you have Smash Bros. DLC, it'll unlock some special music for Persona 5 if you have I think if you have the DLC for Smash with Joker, very interesting. I'm gonna get off the Nintendo subreddit because the Nintendo subreddit is kind of boring. Okay, I'm trying to see if there's. I'm a big fan of memes too. I also have. I don't know if you guys are into Discord, but I do like using Discord. I'm on Discord a lot, but I actually don't. No, I have my own Discord, but I don't use it. I'm in another Discord with some other people, which I'm usually in that Discord actually more. So I don't know, but yeah, I like using Discord in general. I'm a big Discord fan. Funny enough is when I use Discord, I actually like Discords that are very small. I don't like big Discord. Same thing with big streams in general. I like small Discord. Sorry for taking my glasses off and on. I don't know why. It's just like a thing. I'm trying to like play around because I don't know. But yeah, like I use Discord all the time, and my pecs are bigger than his. Sorry, meant to be funny. I'll send you a link to my Reddit. Oh, you have a. What do you mean you have a Reddit? You post stuff on Reddit? Like what? What does? Ooh, that is not good. It looks like. Uh-oh. That's actually funny. Somebody on Twitch actually got their stuff leaked out. One of the big streamers on Twitch. Oops, that's not good news. I don't know how you save these things, but that's crazy. That is so crazy. Very crazy. I don't think there's anything bad about this though. But that's still crazy. That's the thing though, you gotta be careful with your privacy when it comes to like streaming or when it comes to uploading stuff. You never know. It's very risky. But yeah, that's crazy. You never know too if you press the wrong button and show something you intended not to show, which has happened to people in the past. So crazy. I guess while I'm scrolling around the list, we could talk about animals. So I'm talking about animals. I've had a couple of dogs. Right now I have two dogs. They're both with me. I'll have to show them too if you want to see them. And then on top of that, I had a dog in the past, but the dog died. He didn't die naturally, actually, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna blame it on my family. It sucks that I'm blaming it on my family, but it is technically true. I'm pretty sure because what had happened to our dog was he died from diabetes, already confirmed, and I'm pretty sure it was because my family fed him wrong. Like when we first got our first dog, that was like our first dog ever, even for my parents, and they did not know what to feed the dog. Obviously, dog food, of course, but especially my father, he fed my dog a whole bunch of bad stuff that probably dogs should not be eating, like human food, and he probably got diabetes that way. I remember at the end of his life, it's sad, he had to get shots for his diabetes. He had it very bad. At least he didn't have like dementia, or he didn't have like his hearing loss. I know so many dogs have like memory loss, or like they can't walk, or they can't hear. But at least he was in good health, just the diabetes, so he didn't feel anything. He just passed away in his sleep, which is sad. And we were still up to date. He died too, which was very sad. And then the other animals I had that passed away were hamsters. We got hamsters free, but that story is kind of twisted and kind of weird. I know how you feel with showing accidental pics. Yeah. It's not good. It's definitely not good. You got to be careful on the internet of all things. It's definitely not good at all. It can be a very bad place and a very risky place at that as well. Yeah, things happen and you have to accept them and then you have to move on in life because if you don't accept them, your life will be pretty much a miserable life afterwards. But I don't blame people for never moving on, especially with like deaths of people or especially like relationships. Yeah, I've been in so many relationships that messed me up for years. Yeah, that's why I don't like having relationships. They're very messy. It's hard to find people you're generally compatible with too. There's so many corrupt people. What I really want in a relationship, is you want people that understand you as a human, that understand your flaws and understand all your stuff and respect you as a human, just everyday stuff. I know they can't you can't find a person that likes everything about you, of course. That would be impossible. But you need to find people who generally like you as a human being. At least they like more stuff about you than not, and they can really understand you, and they're okay with living with your flaws. Because I think most people out there have some kind of flaw, whether it's like a mental health issue or like they have some problems, and it's nice to be able to live with those problems and accept them and love those people for who they are as a person. And you have to know you won't find that perfect person either, so you should just accept them for who they are. Ben hasn't showed up. She explained it was her who sent the text for the meeting. What's up here, lol. Sorry, my bud and I are in a dilemma. Yeah, it looked like you were posting it to me, though. That's the problem. But you weren't actually posting it to me. Let me see if there's anything here. Oh my gosh. I'm looking at a text message from like two people talking on the page on Reddit. Okay, I love you. Oh, I'm a big deal. I love you. Oh, I love you too. Yeah, little cutesy stuff. That's why you really need in a relationship stuff like monotonous. You text your significant other dumb stuff, just dumb stuff throughout the day. That's what really keeps you going. Why is Snoop Dogg on the homepage? That's actually weird. Snoop Dogg doesn't look good. He looks kind of sick in a bad way. He doesn't look like the normal Snoop Dogg I've known for years. That's interesting. He looks very different. That reminds me, not to call shade out to anybody or anything, but a lot of people are giving what's her face some slack. What's her name? The girl who sings that's popular. She hasn't made anything recent. Adele. Yeah, Adele. They're judging her on her weight. Cause you know she was fat before, like big, and now she's kind of skinny. And I guess the whole reason most people are probably shaming her because she's like normal size now, and I guess they're not used to her being normal weight, so they're making fun of her. Man, what a weird and messed up world we live in, where they can't accept somebody because they changed their whole image. That does suck. That is not actually a place you want to be in. You don't want to be in a place where people are judging you based off of your appearance. Of course, if it's unhealthy, you have every right to judge them. Like if you're like 900 pounds or 600 pounds, of course, or if you're like anorexic. Shouldn't you be proud? Shouldn't you seriously be proud of Adele for losing weight? Man, come on. She's actually trying to make a change in her life, and you're out here trying to shame her because she got all skinny because you like her being fat. You like her being like chunky. You're just used to her being chunky, so you don't like. A lot of people, it's already proven. It's just human nature that people do not accept change very easily, and especially when you're not used to it, you're gonna throw shade out. But I think over time, people just accept it and be more understanding. But it's just so bad. For a while, they're just gonna hate her for just being that way. He's out for the night. She invited us. Oh God, my bud and I swore we would be good tonight. Uh-oh. Yeah, something's going on at your place, man. Something's going on. It's funny too because it's only a Monday night. It's literally only a Monday night. You usually think of like crazy stuff going down on the weekend. But again, everyone has different schedules and different lives and things. Who knows? I just think it's very interesting what you're talking about your situation. Yeah, that's all you can think about Tool, huh? Well, that makes sense. You're a big Tool fan and you like hard rock, so that makes sense. I didn't say I listened to her. I'm just talking about the situation, you know. Homemade, I made jalapeno popper egg rolls. Those don't. Yeah, those look nasty, actually. They're probably good, but they don't look appealing. Some of them don't look like egg rolls. They look like what are those things at Chinese restaurants? They look like a. Man, you make this thing not appealing too, because all that grease is on the napkin. But I was gonna say was it looks like those crab. What are those called? Something with a cheese filling, like crab something in America. They don't have crab in them, but there's something like crab rangoons or something. Is that it? Still mad you only lost 1 pound? What is meme even talking about? This meme makes no sense. But yeah, next time I'm gonna have it set up where you can see the screen most likely, or I can switch back and forth. That's a thing you can do. There's a lot you can do with streaming. I need to make a BRB screen too. I have one, but okay. There's a kid playing an arcade racing game. The only arcade racing game I'd want to play is actually the Mario Kart GX game in Dave and Buster's. Still haven't got to Dave and Buster's to try that out. If it's still there. Hard. Okay. This guy's stupid. Like he hasn't ate a hard-boiled egg in a while, or he never ate one in his life. So it says right here, hard-boiled eggs are disgusting. I almost died eating one. The crunchy soft mix is absolutely disgusting. It's like eating a ravioli covered with chips. You're supposed to remove the shell when eating a hard-boiled egg. The guy's talking to him. That's so funny. I don't know if this guy was being funny or if he was being serious. You can go either way because it's so hard to tell. I kind of want to say the dude was just trying to make a funny joke on the internet. Like he knew on a hard-boiled egg you don't eat the shell. You don't eat the egg part. It'd be bad off for you. That reminds me today. I had a salad for dinner, right? And the thing with the salad though, it was horrible because the place that I had it from for some reason I had to return it because they put uncooked rice in there. What the freak are you doing with uncooked rice in a salad, bro? That makes no sense. To be fair, that restaurant does make variety food. They're not strictly a salad place. It's like one of those restaurants where you can get like just different cuisines. So they probably had rice back there, but seriously, how did it end up in my salad? I wouldn't say it's disgusting, but I wouldn't say it's good just due to the fact that it just tasted really bad. It's just a bad situation. I'm assuming they dished them. Where they dished them from? Somehow the rice got into my thing, but it's really weird. It was uncooked rice too. It wasn't at least even cooked. So I ate it and had to return it immediately because it was crunchy and it was horrible. She listened to who? Listened to Adele? My friend likes Adele. She does have an amazing voice though. I can admit that. She does have an amazing voice. Her songs are overplayed too, I feel like. But she does have a pretty godlike voice. She has an amazing voice. I don't know if it's auto-tuned or it's a natural. I'm going to go on a limb and say it's natural voice. What is this? If you can afford to attend a convention, you can afford deodorant. I don't even know what that means. Someone's at a anime convention. Oh, Tool. You're listening to Tool. Yeah, Tool. So what album do you like from Tool, actually? Some of these posts on Reddit literally don't make sense to me whatsoever. Wow, wow. So these two girls were playing around. I can't show the clip. It's probably not good to show on YouTube anyway. But I can't anyways in my current streaming setup. But these two girls were messing around and somehow the other girl whacks the other girl in the head. Wow. Because she was mad. She was, the first girl was mad, so she was throwing like, I don't know what she was throwing at the other girl. Like, it looks like some goggles. Oh no, shoes. She's throwing shoes because they're like playing around her. She's mad. And then she takes a baseball bat to her head. That's, oh my god. You must be 18 or old. What is this? Funny enough, is this clip's about like car fails, and I actually like watching car fails on the internet. I'll try to check what time it is. Okay, as long as you're here and as long as you're talking, I can go another hour. But that would probably be the limit for me for sure. That would be the end of the stream. I can't go all night, obviously. And, you know, you have stuff to do too. I'll be back tomorrow night though. Hopefully you can stop out and make it out again. I really did. I'm really having fun talking to you. Like even if it's only like one person talking to me, I really do appreciate it. It keeps me sane and it keeps me talking about stuff. But yeah, I like watching stuff about bad drivers. And this bus wasn't even a bad driver, but what happened was the bus got sunken in by like the ground like moving or something, like a pothole. You know how the ground moves from like earthquakes. Wow, that's a big pothole. It just randomly, a pothole appeared somehow, and now it's on fire. How crazy is that? That's why it's scary to live on Earth, because you never know what's going to happen. I can literally be sitting here right now in this room, or right now in your house, and literally an asteroid can come knock me out. Of course, the chances of that happening are like 1,000,000 and 1. But just the fact that can happen is scary. But you don't think about that stuff. But that blows my mind going back to the asteroid a couple months ago. Someone could literally have been walking down the street and the asteroid takes them out. What a world we live in. Let me go rehydrate. Talking a lot can be kind of strenuous. Really drains you, but that's okay though. I'm used to it for talking at long periods. There is Schism by Tool played upstairs. My bud and I are heading up to at least confirm our suspicions. Thinking we may just leave. She is hot, but we could be betraying Ben. Really, man? Oh, yeah, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay. There's some events of being married. Okay, here's a meme for not a meme, but a picture of Star Wars Han Solo. There are some advantages to being married for 15 plus years, like you can scare your wife with the cardboard figure you found buried in the garage. Thought she bought you 5 years ago. So basically, he has a cardboard cutout of apparently a Han Solo in his shower, and of course the shower has clear doors, of course, and Han Solo has a gun and he's pointing it out. That's funny, very funny. Ooh, that's cute. Two dogs. Yeah, one of the best things you can have are pets. More so dogs than cats, but cats are still cool to have. Can't lie, but man, two dogs hugging each other. That's the human experience. CNN sent. No, no, no. I'm not talking. I want to talk about that. Definitely not. What I feel like I'm going in. Dude, the page didn't. Why am I going in circles? I've already seen all this. Something's wrong with Reddit. Let me read your comments. Oh no, you didn't say anything lately since I've been away. Trying to keep stuff not too bad off because people are here and you don't know who's gadget yada 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 yada. What is this girl doing? That's my entertainment. I don't see what you're talking. Oh, nah, that picture is. Oh, okay. Like I said again, feel free to talk about anything if you have anything to talk about. Trying to see if there's really anything interesting to talk about. He is going to be gone all night. Who is your friend? Oh, that's nice. Nothing crazy on this post, but apparently someone was like not having family or friends. They moved to a new place, a new city, and their coworkers were nice and gave them like stuff. That's nice. That's always the human experience. People who can look out for you, even if they're not like related to you or they're your friends. They still care about you. It's pretty much for their birthday because they didn't have anybody in their new city. That's nice. We need your good advice for what? most people, guys, you shouldn't joke about. No, I don't know what that is. Someone do a pottery. There's really nothing good in these. Halt, strange person. Where are you from? I come from the future. What are your names? My name is Quintus, as in the fifth child in my family. My comrade is Sextus, for he was the sixth child in his family. What is your name? My name's Liv. I don't understand that meme. It's like a little comic book cartoon. Makes no sense to me at all whatsoever. Jake and I are here with her now. Not too late to turn around. Well, I guess you could turn around if you feel uncomfortable. Intermittent fasting will help me lose 200 pounds and reverse type 2 diabetes. Interesting. Minecraft. I wasn't. I wasn't edible. No, I'm looking up. I'm trying to see. I'm gonna go back to a news site for technology. The Reddit page has literally nothing to look at. It's very boring. Very very boring. Today it's dry. Sometimes it's dry and sometimes it's not. Let's see if I can find another website to go to. Probably gonna close off all the Reddit stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna close off all the Reddit stuff. No good. It was good for a while, but actually, it wasn't really good. Let's be honest here. You win some, you lose some. Okay, here's something. 30 games coming out in 2020. We can look at the games list for 2020 if you want. I haven't really talked about any games. Cause I'm really mostly interested in Nintendo, but I do want some other gen stuff. Like I'm looking forward to Cyberpunk 2077, and on top of Cyberpunk 2077, I'm actually looking forward to what's that game? Final Fantasy VII remake. I'm actually very interested to see how well they're gonna do when it comes to like making that game like episodes. Because when you get it in March, you're not gonna be able to play the full thing right away for Final Fantasy VII remake. Very interesting. We don't feel uncomfortable. My shirt's already off. Yeah, we're gonna turn her down. I think my bud and I are just dis discussing now? Oh, yeah, yeah. Wow, okay, okay. I'm not gonna say too much about that. Definitely not. Okay, so the first game it says is Animal Crossing for Switch. I already know that. Don't think that game's for me, but it is a very interesting game. I wish I'd get more into those open-ended like life simulators like The Sims or Stardew Valley and stuff like that, or Minecraft or whatever, but I don't think that game's for me, but still a very cool game. I know why so many people are excited. You can spend your whole life playing these games. So it's going to be an amazing game. Can't deny that. Just don't think it's for me. And yeah, Animal Crossing New Horizons. The Artful Escape. What is this? Okay, some adventure game with musical inspiration. So it looks like it's going to be one of those like artsy type games, kind of like Journey or kind of like Flower or something just like very artsy. Primary focus is to tell like a very cool story through its graphics and stuff. So very interesting. Don't know too much about that. I might look that up actually. The Artful Escape. I might get some headphones too, so I can actually look up some trailers here on YouTube for some stuff. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I understand. You have some stuff to take care of. I'm gonna keep looking up the Artful Escape. I think it's called. Let me see what it's all about. Actually, okay. It looks like it's gonna be a an Xbox exclusive, so it's probably gonna be on Game Pass. Cut the music. I guess I don't really need to hear the music. Wow, this game looks like a pretty good game. I know somebody who'd be interested. Definitely artsy fartsy. Like an art. It's more about the art style than anything, and probably the storytelling. Okay, looks like we don't know too much about the game, but a guy's playing a guitar, and yeah, wish I can show it to you on stream. But the game's called The Artful Escape. You can look up The Artful Escape if you so choose to look up The Artful Escape. Here's some more gameplay actually. Never mind, they have game. Wait a second. This game's been in development for apparently 2 years. It said E3 2017. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. But yeah, like I said again, the name's called The Artful Escape. You can look it up on YouTube. Very artsy game. The gameplay looks just okay. It doesn't look mind-blowing or anything. But what's going to drive the game is definitely the art style and the storytelling. Okay, not a bad game, I guess. Probably not. It's probably a game too. Probably a game too that's going to be super cheap, and it's one of those games you play for like a little bit and never return to. What time is it? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to head out in the next hour when the next hour fully hits, or when no one else talks. I'm probably going to head out. My story about what really happened in the bunker is on my Reddit. Okay, I can check it out, I guess, if you send me the link or something. The Artful Escape, Avengers. Wait, that game hasn't. Oh, that Avenger game from 2017 or 2019 on I think Square Enix presentation. Yeah, that game looked all right. I'll have to see more information about it, but it looked all right. I didn't know Axiom Verge was making another game, a sequel. That's cool. Axiom Verge is a very good game. Not gonna talk too much about that. Boyfriend Dungeon. What the heck is Boyfriend Dungeon? I actually played a game on the DS called Sprung. If you ever played Sprung, it's about making relationships. I wonder what that game was rated. What is the name of this game called? Boyfriend something. I need to close up all these extra websites I'm not actually using. Boyfriend Dungeon. I guess for now we'll just keep talking about games and then whatever else you want to talk about. But I'm going to keep talking about games. Okay, Boyfriend Dungeon is coming to Switch apparently. Not too much information on that, but let's check out the trailer for Boyfriend Dungeon. Okay, not what I was expecting at all for Boyfriend Dungeon. Because if you look at Boyfriend Dungeon, again, you'll have to look up everything I'm talking about. I would love to show the trailers on screen and you can see me react to them and talk about them. But Boyfriend Dungeon looks like an An action RPG. Yeah, it looks like an action game. Kind of like maybe Diablo or something. You got a character running around like a map and he has a sword. Date your weapons. That's such a weird concept. Date your That is such a weird concept for a game. So they have a lightsaber in the game called the Laser Saber. So interesting. It looks like you get a lot of different characters. I will have to say that the art style for the game is actually very interesting. It seems like a game I'd actually be into, maybe. Boyfriend Dungeon. I thought, for instance, it was going to be like a dating game. But no, it's definitely a dungeon crawler. Kind of like Diablo. Oh, you're still in the clear? Okay, that's good. Let me see here. Cyberpunk 2077 with Brianna Keyes, obviously, is going to be an amazing game. I've already seen gameplay. It's a first-person open-world game with a first-person shooting mechanics. Definitely looking forward to that. You cannot lie. That game's probably going to be amazing. It's also one of the best-looking games of this year, so I'm very excited about that. Doom Eternal looks flat-out fantastic. Just going to be more, pretty much a redefined version of Doom. Of the Doom 2017, so that's actually going to be, or Doom 2016, excuse me. I turned her down, man. I'll be the good dude. Okay. Doom Eternal, yeah, like I said, just pretty much a sequel to Doom 2016, which is actually a good thing. They're going to redefine the gameplay, add new mechanics, of course, a new story, probably new weapons and things like that. So just basically a better version of Doom 2016. Very nice game. Oh, so, okay, there's a game called Dreams. It looks like it's from the same creators as Little Big Planet from PlayStation. I do like Little Big Planet. It's a platformer where you can make your own levels. Very cool game. Dream game 2020. Okay, I'm probably typing it in wrong. I can't see any information on Dream. Definitely not seeing any information. I'll go ahead and not do Dream. Dream looks like it's not a game that I can find information on at the moment. It might be too early in development. I'm assuming there's gameplay out there, but I personally can't find the gameplay. Bad enough it happened on me. Be proud of me, man. You inspired me to do the right thing. Hey, I don't know if I did, but it's cool that you did the right thing, I guess. Whatever you're trying to do. I think I know what you're trying to do. I think I get the drift here, but I don't really want to go too in depth about that. Trying to keep things a little bit clean here, you know. Final Fantasy VII Remake, obviously going to be a monster of a game. That game's going to be flat out amazing. Ghost of Tsushima is going to be another amazing game because it kind of looks like what's that game? Heroes Die Twice. Basically the game that was made by the same developers as the Dark Souls games. Some people get this game confused with that brand new game that came out last year. But this game definitely looks like it's going to be a little bit different and a little bit better. But I can see the similarities. And you can get them both confused. But Ghost of Tsushima definitely looks like it has amazing graphics. And it looks like it's definitely a game for me. Definitely. Gods and Monsters. What is this? Okay, this game's from the creators of Assassin's Creed. Which is actually very interesting. I do like... So it's Ubisoft? Yes, Ubisoft. Word of advice to all my bros: don't shave your pitch. Chicks love it. I don't know about that. Maybe you're right. I'll just take your word for it. I mean, I had girlfriends, but I never really asked them about pit hair, to be honest. We never really discussed that, so I wouldn't honestly know anything about that. Half-Life is cool, but the thing with the new Half-Life game, it's going to be VR only, which is kind of crappy because I know everyone's looking forward to Half-Life 3, so it is what it is when it comes to Half-Life, which is kind of interesting. That time my eye was itchy, so I had to get my glasses. Half-Life is interesting. Cool that at least they're still keeping the Half-Life name alive. Valve at least cares somewhat. But it's a shame we're not going to get Half-Life 3 probably ever. Of course, Halo Infinite's going to be badass. If you like Halo, don't need to say much about that. We all know Halo. Iron Man VR. I thought Iron Man VR already came out. Did it not come out? I think that's also going to be on PlayStation VR. So that's actually very interesting that Iron Man VR is coming out. That game looks like it's a good fit for VR. Except for Iron Man VR probably being one of those games that will give you motion sickness right off the bat. I can see that being a thing easily. Officially in the car and leaving now. Lost my shirt and pants though. Wow. Sees like the manly chest laugh. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Iron Man VR. I already talked about that. Kentucky Road Zero Act 5. I don't know. I'm going to skip that game. Doesn't seem interesting to me. The Last of Us Part 2. Obviously, Last of Us is an amazing game. That's going to be a pretty wild game when that actually drops later this year, I do believe. May 29th. Yeah, everyone's probably looking forward to The Last of Us 2 from Naughty Dog. They make some high-quality games like Uncharted and The Last of Us. Very awesome games. Okay, that's that's good. That's good. That's good. See how likes you. That's good. Depends on the girl, like what they're into. Do they like that kind of stuff or not like that stuff? It depends on the girl, really. You can't just say flat out for sure that someone's gonna like a manly looking man or much more like childish looking man. It just depends. Because there's so many girls out there and their needs and their wants are just so different. I don't like people who say, yeah, most girls are in. How do you know most girls are into certain things? You don't know. There's so many humans on planet Earth. I mean, there's only so much stuff you can like. There's only so much you can like in a guy, obviously, but there's just so much. There's just so many. You just never know, really. Basically, League of Legends Wild Rift. For a decade, League of Legends has been okay. They're making a mobile port of League of Legends. Don't care about that. Although that would be nice for a lot of people who love League of Legends. I'm not really into mobile games like ones on your smartphone or your tablet, but though that game I can see that actually being practical and useful because all the layouts and everything of League of Legends Wild Rift look like it's going to be a flat out fantastic game. I can see that game being very microtransaction-y though, with a lot of microtransactions. So you might want to be a lookout of that. It's obviously probably going to be a dumbed down version of League of Legends Wild Rift, but I can see that being an amazing game. I thought Microsoft's Flight Sim already came out. I know they made a new one, and I seen it in 4K. And that game, wow, it looks like you're actually flying in real life. That's how impressive Microsoft Flight Simulator is. At least the new one. See, definitely good game. Minecraft Dungeons is actually a game I'd be interested in. Not really a fan of Minecraft. I do like Minecraft. I've owned it multiple times. Haven't put too many hours in Minecraft, but Minecraft Dungeons is cool. It's basically a Diablo ripoff for sure, or a dungeon crawler. Definitely looks like it would be for me. It's basically just set in the Minecraft world. So it's basically Diablo with Minecraft characters. Murder by Numbers. I'm going to go skip through that. Ori and the Will of Wisp, which is a platformer from Microsoft. I own the first one. Very good game. Ironically, I never actually played the game, to be honest. I only played I only had it because I got it free with my Xbox One. But then I ended up actually doing a giveaway here on this YouTube channel, actually. I'll still play it, though. It's definitely right up my cup of tea. I like platformers. And Ori and the Will-O-Wisp was like it's going to be a fast-paced platformer. So definitely my cup of tea. It has great art style. On top of it having great art style, it also has a very good gameplay as well. It looks like they're releasing another version of Persona 5, if you ever played Persona 5 from Atlas. Very good game. That's definitely one of my favorite turn-based RPGs of recent memories. Such an amazing game. The music is amazing, the art style is amazing, the gameplay is like literally a flawless game. And Persona 5 Royal is definitely going to be a game that's pretty much just going to improve on the Persona 5 game, which is basically like an enhanced version. They're going to add a whole bunch of brand new stuff to the game, but it's going to be the same game, so that's pretty much it. Don't get Persona 5 Royal confused with Persona 5 Scramble, because Persona 5 Scramble is also a new game, but it's going to be more like Dynasty Warriors, if you ever played any hack and slash games, like the Dynasty Warrior games. So yeah, Persona 5 Royal just looked pretty amazing, but I've already beaten Persona 5 like one time, so there's really no incentive for me to actually go ahead and play Persona 5 Royal, because it's the same game. It has extra content, of course. I guess in the future I could play it technically, but I wouldn't play it right away. It would be a waste of money for me to buy it. And then, of course, at the bottom they have Persona 5 Scramble. Pokemon Sleep. What the hell is Pokemon Sleep? The Pokemon game. Some weird spin-off on mobile. I know they've been doing. Nintendo's been working on a lot of mobile games, and there's been a lot of Pokemon spin-offs on mobile recently. We had one recently come out. Of course, the big one was Pokemon Go, and then now Pokemon Sleep. Very interesting. It's probably going to be a very weird concept, but I have no idea what that's actually going to be. Resident Evil 3. Oh yeah, the remaking Resident Evil 3. I'll probably go ahead and go through this list, since it seems like not too many people are watching and commenting in this live stream, and I'm probably gonna go ahead and hit the hay. I will be back tomorrow for sure for more content. I'm always on my YouTube channel. Sable. What is Sable? Sable looks very interesting as a concept. Very, very interesting. Spelunky 2. Spelunky? Why have I heard of Spelunky? Oh, because that's a roguelike. I never played it actually, but I love roguelikes, so that'd be a day one purchase actually. I think Spelunky's the one where you're like a guy like Indiana Jones, and it's a roguelike where it has infinite replayability practically. I'm a big fan of roguelikes. The roguelikes I played in recent years are Enter the Gungeon and Dead Cells. Funny enough, I never played Binding of Isaac, and I know that's like the most sought after roguelike. It has so much replayability, it's crazy. Spelunky. Tell me why. This looks like Life is Strange. Definitely looks like Life is Strange. That's not a bad thing. I know so many people like Life is Strange by Square Enix, but I don't really like. I guess I'm not really a fan of games that are too heavy in the story, which the primary goal is the story. And this game is probably going to be a game that's only going to be story based. I wish again you can see my screen when I'm looking up, but unfortunately you can't. I'll probably try to get that fixed next time. Tell me why. It looks very interesting. Watch Dogs. I didn't know they're making another Watch Dogs. I know they have Watch Dogs 1 and 2. I never truthfully played Watch Dogs because obviously Grand Theft Auto. It didn't seem like it was for me. I was already out of the whole Grand Theft Auto like city, like open world city type game, so it didn't speak to me. And prior to that too, I never said this, but I actually played a lot of Saints Row. I'm a big Saints Row fan. So I played Saints Row 1 the most for sure. I got that really early with my 360. So many memories. And there's a lot of things that Grand Theft Auto prior to that never had in Grand Theft Auto, which I think Saints Row had, which were now, I think, staples in Grand Theft Auto, so they kind of copied. And yeah, that's probably the only one I played, honestly, but my memories were so awesome with that game. But Watch Dogs Legions looks pretty cool. Yokazi is definitely, I think, a game close to like that just made a new one in the series. Yokazi is based off of Shenmue. There you go. If you like Sega Shenmue, yo, what's going on? You're back. What happened to you? But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and probably end the stream after this, since the stream's seems like it's getting pretty dry, and I've literally been going about I'm getting really close to 3 hours. I can see how long I've been live because it tells me. And I don't think you have anything interesting to say. If you have anything interesting to say, let me know. I'll continue it for the next hour, because I still have about 30 minutes. But if not, I'm gonna go ahead and end it early. I'll finish this list. Oh, that was the end of the list. Anybody have anything interesting to say before I go ahead and end it? If you don't, I'll end it. If you have something to talk about, you can talk about it right now. Any topics or anything to extend the stream. If not, I'm going to end it. I wasn't even planning to stream this long. It's just that people popped in. I'm actually really having a fun time being on camera and talking about just random stuff, like an IRL, like just chatting stream. Luckily, we got out of there before Ben got home. Just got to our joint. My third teammate, who is also our roommate, he is mad we didn't invite him. I wasn't up to no good. Laughed my ass off. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, you got out of that bad situation. Yeah. That's interesting. But yeah, I really wasn't expecting to do about 3 hours or something, or 2.5 hours. That's a long time. It is a long time, but it isn't a long time. It's just hard to find topics to talk about when you're actually trying to IRL stream. You actually think I did a good job? I wouldn't say I'm better than most. Definitely not, because a lot of this stuff's the same across the board, whether you're popular or not popular. I guess it really doesn't really mostly revolve around your personality. It kind of does, but when it comes to IRL, it really does boil down to what you look like, unfortunately. And a lot of people, they just like the way they look. You think I'm actually entertaining? I wouldn't say I'm entertaining, but I appreciate it. But I am trying to make sure I don't have any downtime or I don't not talk, because if I'm just sitting here not talking, it'd be pointless. So I need to find topics I can actually talk about. But again, you guys know the drill. I am a tech channel and a gaming channel on YouTube, so that's primarily what I'm going to talk about when you come into my streams. Unless I'm playing a game, of course. You like Minecraft? Yeah, I like Minecraft. And yeah, can you please not spam too much in the chat room? Because it makes the chat hard to read when you have to scroll up. Just a thing. I'm not trying to call you out or anything, but yeah, making the chat room scroll up's not good. Huh? They're talking about AKTVs at CES. I was looking one more time to see if there's anything interesting, but they were talking about AKTVs at CES 2020. They're basically saying it's a waste of time because apparently humans can't see 8K yet. It's not that big a difference, and on top of that, apparently, according to this article, there's no content in 8K, and that is true. They do sell 8K cameras. I know that for a factor, but nobody has a hold of 8K cameras. They're way too expensive. Okay, I give you warning. I'm gonna go ahead. Okay, that's it. How do we do this here? Why can't I click on the name? What's up with that? I can't read your message. Maybe we can link up and game online a way later date. Please check out my Buff Dudes channel. I'm the short-haired guy. Buff Dudes channel. Is that really what the channel's called? I don't actually need any of this information. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up my my chat room back to full screen, real quick. Okay, that solves that. But yeah, like I was saying was yeah, thanks again for coming out to the stream. Yeah, thanks again for coming out to the stream. I appreciate it. I really do. I'm gonna go ahead and end here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end stream here, unfortunately, because it's actually getting very late. And yeah, I should be back on tomorrow, guys, for any of you that want to come out to my stream and anything. Wait, I'm trying to check on your channel real quick before I head out. I want to see if that's an actual channel name. Let me check that out real quick. If not, that's okay. Maybe you got it wrong or something. Oh, no, that's your actual name. Okay. That's actually very cool. You said you're the short-haired guy? You actually did a lot of work for your channel. Wow, that's actually pretty cool. You do a lot. If this is your channel, that's crazy. I'm not going to leave yet. I'm actually checking out the channel before I head out of here. I'll just, well, yeah, I could sub. Actually, it wouldn't hurt to sub. Just leave it there. I need to tell my sister for sure because she likes this kind of stuff. I actually like fitness too, but she's way heavy into fitness. Oh, you actually have a lot of traction on your You're very popular. Very popular. Okay, that's good. Yeah, you do really good work. I can't lie to you here. The thing that makes your content good is I haven't seen the content yet, but the thing that makes your content super good is the is actually the way like you make your thumbnails and everything. You really do a extremely good job. I try to make good thumbnails, but for me they're very hit or miss. But I still try to make good thumbnails. But yeah, you make some amazing content. I can't disagree. It might be generic, but that's okay because everyone, no matter what you do on YouTube, somebody will literally have content like yours, so you can't stand out anymore. That's okay, but yeah, your content looks like it's professional. Very professional stuff. Yeah, this is a channel worth checking out, Buff Dudes. Go ahead and follow Buff Dudes, like you put in if you like fitness stuff. I'm definitely into fitness stuff. And yeah, it seems very awesome. Let me go back to chat. It is a it is a beard of people. I am just a figure of the main company. It has growth. Wait, so you're not actually in the channel, or what's the deal here? Oh, you'll be doing it before I go on. I might as well wait. So you're actually on the channel. You're actually on the channel. That's interesting. I'll fix the resolution too, but I don't think there's a problem. Let me go my full screen. Oh boy, you know what I just realized? I don't know if this is a thing with my face cam or something, but it said it's only recording at very bad resolution. I don't know if I have the resolution set badly or this camera is set badly. I have extremely good cameras, but they're not hooked up to this, so I apologize if my camera is blurry. I don't take pride in making blurry videos, but this camera on this device is not good. I have better cameras, but I don't think I can set them up. So I apologize for that too. I didn't realize that the camera was kind of grainy. It looks like I'm back in the 90s or early 2000s. Oh well, I probably set it up wrong. I can definitely go better. I'm surprised you even wanted to watch something like this. It doesn't look too good. It looks kind of pooey. Okay, doing sure I can help if I own a piece of it, a large chunk. I'm the large muscle dude. It doesn't look bad. Oh, you don't think it looks bad? I think it looks kind of grainy. Especially if you're watching it in full screen. But you're probably not watching it in full screen. So if you're not watching it in full screen, which you're not, I know you're not because you're typing, then it's not going to look bad. Like in a small box, it looks just fine. But I don't make my YouTube videos like that for sure. I have like a semi-professional camera I use to do my YouTube recordings. So it won't look like this. I'm surprised you're okay with it. But yeah, I'm probably going to go ahead now. Let me just, I guess I'll just follow you or subscribe to you. I won't sit here and lie to you. I'll just follow you. Yeah, this channel's legit. I can follow it. I like the fact, too, that on whoever made the banner for this channel has Dragon Ball Z characters. I definitely grew up with Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, I'll go ahead and just follow it, for sure. I'll follow you. There you go. I put a follow to that channel, for sure. I need to tell my sister. Don't know how often I'll be able to watch her content, per se. I'll try to watch it because I do like fitness, but I know my sister watches it more than I will. But like I said, I'll try to watch it when I get a chance. I probably won't watch it anytime soon, at least not now, because I'm gonna go straight to bed like after this. I'm hitting the hay. Because I gotta do some more streams tomorrow, and I got stuff to do, and I'm kind of drained right now, but yeah, looks very legit. And your thumbnail, and your channel name and your channel icon's very cool too. I need a better channel icon. It just has my face. Yeah, someone did like professional work on the channel. Very good stuff. You're probably making videos for a long ass time. I know that for a fact. I can see how many videos. Yep. You've been making videos for, wow, since a long time. You're like me. I've been making videos since 2008. That's actually funny. The quality of the videos haven't gotten worse over time. At least the thumbnails. Actually, the thumbnails are maybe slightly better the higher you go up. But overall, this is like one of the best fitness channels I've seen. Granted, I haven't seen too many, to be fair. But yeah, I'm still checking out the channel. But I'm going to go ahead and have to exit soon. What time is it? Okay, 1:30. That's getting close for me to exit anyway. But now that you're talking, it's okay, I guess. Okay, yeah. I guess now's the time to really end it. I keep saying I'm gonna end it, but I have to end it. I've been going for a while. If there's a lot of people talking and a lot of people chatting, I can go long hours. I can go 5 or 6 hours with no problem. Still kind of strenuous and drainful, but I really want to do this kind of stuff because I really enjoy it. Just sitting here talking and things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead. Random question, by the way, before I head out of here. How did you find me? Just wondering. Was it like recommended, or did you search for like tech and gaming and stuff? Just wondering. You can you can tell me. I mean it's not bad or anything. I just really wanted to know how did you find me before I head out of here. How did you actually find me? I always like knowing how people found me. You could possibly find me on social media too, because it's possible. I've actually had one person somewhere out of the blue was like, "I found you off of social media." I'm like, "How did you find me off of social media, not YouTube?" Because I have over 1,000 videos on YouTube. So eventually, I'm not surprised you probably most likely find me on YouTube, but not social media. Okay, I guess it's okay if you don't want to tell me. It's totally acceptable. That's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream now. I gotta end it. So anyway, I'll see you guys later, and I'm gonna be back on tomorrow most likely. I'll try to find stuff to talk about, but yeah, it might be hard too because I'm already talking about the gaming and tech news and things. Oh, originally just live game related videos. Oh, you want live game stuff, and then stumbled across me. Yeah, that makes sense. Because I'm probably under that category with the gaming and the tech and all that stuff. Probably gaming, yeah, because I like talking about a lot. Oh, I'm in the category gaming, it says, so that makes sense. I have to be in the science and technology or the gaming, but I really like putting myself in the gaming one because the gaming one has more stuff to talk about. Or there's more people in the gaming section in general. So the category makes sense. Don't put myself in the science category because gaming's way more popular for sure, at least on the internet when it comes to live streams. People game all the time, so it does make sense. Yeah, there could be lag. Who knows? It's the internet of all things. But I keep saying I'm going to go. I'm definitely going to go ahead and end the stream right now. That was actually a very interesting stream. I had fun. And I'm going to try to have more topics to actually try to talk about and things like that. So anyway, have a nice day. I'm out. Thanks again for stopping out. I appreciate it really. Bye.